Hey, Joe, is Vic ever going to come in here? He just keeps playing out there. What's he doing? Where the hell's Vic?
He's out here playing cornhole.
Vic's having
on the
too much
cancel
fun
this
out in the
cornhole
Carroll
game.
House Lounge. What'd you say, Joe? I'm sorry.
I
don't have headphones.
Are we on?
We are on. Vic is too busy playing. That's the problem. You all think he's real serious and Mr. Newsy News guy. He is not coming in here. Yeah, because he's busy playing. You're busy playing.
No, check out. These are our
so cool
cornhole bags. Aren't those cool?
Yes.
Stars and stripes for our cornhole bags.
I love it. Yes, Trisha. Free for all Friday. So Vic is being free. He's out there just playing games.
Shot. Let's see what we got here. Holy moly, we got a lot of people say.
It's going to be great.
Hey.
Off the chains. Fun, Vic.
Is it?
The show is going to be a blast. You're going to laugh like hell today.
I hope so. Christopher, Kimberly, good morning. Anthony, no, Lizzie did not take her shrooms this morning.
No, I didn't.
Or
no
her weed.
Today. No, I don't do either of those things. I'm high on life.
I want to see you smoke some flower.
I don't think you guys would ever really want that. Could you? I don't think you guys ever want to see that.
Your vape pen over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys would get rid of me so fast.
You'd be like, Biden.
Biden. I love me some Biden.
No, Anthony, good morning. Christopher. Hey, Ben. Karen with a C. Trisha. Bendy, good morning. Chris, good morning. What's a Biden Wrangler?
A Biden Wrangler. Does Vic need a Biden Wrangler? Do you need a Biden Wrangler? I don't know what that is, but you might.
No, these are we're playing. I'm starting to try to get decent at cornhole. Ben Wenty's gifted us this cornhole set. It's really cool.
Awesome.
But these are the bags. I just thought the bags were really freaking cool.
You picked out some good bags.
Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. Continue.
Yes. Okay. So you picked out good bags.
Tell me how great I am.
Okay. You know how great you are? Instead of being a bag lady, you're a bag man.
What?
Have you ever heard of a bag lady?
A bad lady?
No, a bag lady.
Oh, a bag lady.
Bag lady.
Yes, I get it.
You're a bag man.
I'll be back. Hold on a second.
He's leaving. You guys, he's not coming back. He's going to go out there and play. Okay, he's really coming back. Yeah, see, he's literally out there, and he's not coming back in here because it's not quite 8:00 until he gets a hole in the bags. You guys, this show is going to be off the chain. He's already off the charts. He says I'm over-promising, but I'm sorry. You got Eric Johnson in here and Kelly Manno and Conservative Ant. Come on. Okay, Vic, maybe you're not funny, but everyone else is. Mm-hmm. Here he goes. I don't know if you guys can hear this. I don't know if they can hear that.
You see that, Joe?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Vic is bragging about how good he is at cornhole. That's what he's doing.
Last one.
Oh, hey, Mandy. Thank you for not even missing us on vacation. That's awesome. It's like this show is kind of like vacation. Like today, the rest of, we're normally newsy news and, kind of arguing over politics and stuff. Today is still going to be political.
We're arguing.
Well, we'll probably still argue, but it's going to be fun arguing. It's going to be good.
Stop over-promising.
Okay, I like to laugh. So this is going to be, okay, you might not be having fun, but I'm going to be having fun.
David knows how to cornhole.
Yeah, he does. He usually wins all the tournaments. So if we ever have a cornhole
I'll play Vic in CPR hole bags anytime. I have a set already set up with them. What's CPR?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't either. I'll play Vic in CPR hole bags. I don't know. Like maybe he thinks you're going to need CPR after you play him.
No.
I don't know.
No.
Christopher, tell us what that means. CPR hole bags. Some people call it backyard. Like that game has a whole bunch of different names, like backyard golf and.
Well, no, we'll set up the camera when Joe figures out how to do it. We're going to set up the camera, right? Sometime we'll show us playing video.
We just have all the cameras being used today.
I was going to use my iPad, but for some reason the camera wouldn't work.
Oh shit! Where's my damn phone?
It's out here on the table.
I'll go get it.
Oh,
Want me to go get it? I'll go get
It's next to my water bottle. Thank you, Lizzie.
You want your water bottle too?
Please. It's like, what the hell? I think I need some good political jokes today. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it, Lizzie.
Not a problem.
I need some good political jokes. Yeah.
This is going to be a joke kind of day. You know, this has been kind of a heavy week. Almost every week is heavy with political stuff. Today is just going to be a hoot.
You're over promising again, Lizzie.
I like it. I like to laugh. You're too serious. And actually, in real life, you're not that serious. So you just, hello, I'm Vic Faust. I'm on Channel 2 News, and we're going to bring the news, and we're not going to have any fun.
I think you got your hormones in check over there at
I'm not taking hormones.
or whatever.
I am taking the vitamin B and semaglutide, though. Maybe that's making you crazy.
Where's Dave? Dave, come pick her up.
But you see, he's
come pick her up immediately after. She's in a good mood. No headache.
I have no headaches. No headaches at all. Nope. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Don't you be sleeping on me, Chris. I've got a cornhole set now for the first time in my life. Derek Pratt showed me how to properly throw. I've also learned the texture and material of the bag means a lot.
Okay.
In regards to it sliding.
Yeah.
In regards to it flying.
All right. So we're definitely going to plan a cancel this cornhole tournament.
Well, we've been talking about it.
We need to do it. We got to stop talking about it. We really need to do it. I'm getting DMs about, oh, I'm good at this. I'm good at it. Well, let's just see who's the best. Cancel this cornhole person. Oh, yeah. Peggy did. She sent me the funniest thing about a little girl that we'll have to play it. If not today, we'll play it next week about this little girl. It's so freaking funny. This little girl literally cries because her daddy called her a Democrat. And here's somebody that's not a Democrat that just came in the office. A Demtard? There's my friend Eric Johnson, my Francis Howe Fran.
Is there a charger around here?
Do you need a charger?
Yeah, here.
That's right.
Here.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, you guys, this is going to be crazy because these two are crazy, crazy men. Crazy men.
No, I'm not.
You just don't want people to think you're crazy because you're Mr. Newsy News Boy. Everybody knows.
Damn, Newsy News Boy. I love it.
Lizzie's she's off the charts today. She's talking about the show. She's off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play anywhere this week?
Oh,
Last week?
Can you hear
this? Weekend?
Am I
Yeah,
still?
you're up.
Is this before the show?
Yeah, this is before the show.
Is this the before the show?
Before the show.
It's
that is
crazy.
crazy.
This weekend I'm playing nowhere. Oh no, I am. Bellevue, the river. What is that?
The Belleville Film
The
Festival.
Oktoberfest.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty good place.
Yeah, it's a lot of beer.
All right, let's just start. You run the commercials.
Yeah, run the commercials.
Yeah, run those
Please
run
watch
those
them.
spots.
Please
Yeah,
listen to
just
them.
voice them yourself.
Come on, Joe. Just start talking. Just talk.
I'll do a live read. Yeah.
We'll run the commercials and we'll jump right into the show.
Dun dun dun.
House has the largest selection of solid wood with the hottest new styles. Real furniture that's built to last, like our solid bedrooms, living rooms, and dining from Kincaid. Our volume enables us to save you a lot of money, especially during our solid wood sale. Plus, get free financing, fast free delivery, and free in-home design. So for solid wood, sweet styles, and solid service since 1964, shop over 3 football fields of furniture at Carroll House, because you like nice things.
Marco! Wait, what? No response? Hi, I'm Curtis Barks with Complete Auto Body and Repair, offering full service and auto repair to St. Louis and St. Charles. We are looking for someone to say polo. That's right, we are hiring. We want you now. If you would like to work in a well-paying environment, then you owe it to yourself to stop by one of our 6 Complete Auto Body and Repair locations. Will you help me find that missing person? Please call me directly at 636-488-HIRE. That's right, 636-488-4473.
Dad, and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixed the car.
Kathy O. Big Strick, owner of Experience Real Estate Partners with EXP, has been one of St. Louis, Missouri's highest selling groups for 26 years running. In that time, Kathy and her team have successfully assisted an incredible 4,000 families. So if you're thinking about buying, building, or selling, be sure to put Kathy's group and their experience to work for you, and you can expect to be moved. Just give her a call at 314-276-SOLD. That's 314-276-7653, or find her online at experience-re.com.
Attention, anyone who served, lived, or worked at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987. Camp Lejeune's drinking water was dangerously toxic, and base personnel and their families have since suffered cancer and other illnesses. If you or a loved one spent time at Camp Lejeune and were diagnosed with cancer, you may be eligible for significant compensation. Call the Driscoll firm now. Consultations are free, and you won't pay a fee unless we get you the money you deserve. 1-800-805-4800.
As all of you may know, the home of the Cancel This studio is located at the all-inclusive private jet hangar, Strategic Air Services. Founded in Chesterfield, Missouri, they take pride in offering a meticulous approach to private aviation through services that fully manage your trip from takeoff to landing. Strategic Air Services is more than just storage for your aircraft. They offer state-of-the-art amenities to its members and guests. When you are not traveling, you have the luxury of enjoying their world-class gym, conference rooms, lounges, and so much more. Strategic Air Services offers an unparalleled luxury experience for all things private aviation. If you're looking for a new place to call home for your aircraft, give them a call today at 636-400-7601. Again, that's 636-400-7601, or visit their website at strategicairservices.net.
Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley, if you don't know, is a family-owned business that has been around since 1994, serving some of the best chicken wings in town, no joke. Also known for their fresh burgers, pizza, and incredible smoked meat. Top-notch happy hour specials are included, plus live music every Friday and Saturday. Oh yeah, you can also enjoy their spacious heated covered patio. It's Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley, 18,000 Chesterfield Airport Road. Hey guys, welcome to Cancel This Show.com. I'm Vic Faust with Lizzie Sparks. Eric Johnson in the house. It is a Friday. Projo taking care of all the engineering side of things. Coming up at 9 o'clock, we've got Kelly Manno, the social media star, influencer, comedian. She's going to be in the studio. She's going to be funny today. Well, she's always funny, but she's going to be talking about, well, let's just say, because her video is already out there, friendly divorces.
Is there such a thing?
Her and her soon. If you can get a friendly divorce, all the power to you, because most of them absolutely effing suck.
I know.
And they can last years and they can bankrupt you, but I wouldn't know anything about that.
What? That's why I'm staying married to David. I don't want to go to a divorce.
Cheaper to keep her.
True.
Life is short.
I tried to tell my ex that. I was like, listen, we can live on different floors. It's going to be expensive. This is going to get nasty because you and I, in a court of law, no effing way. It'll be a decade. Sure enough, we're in like year 8.
I feel like this is gonna
of all kinds of crap.
This is gonna be a very sensitive day, isn't it?
Cheaper to keep her, baby.
And funny. Sensitive and funny.
I heard what you said today.
I heard what you said.
We're serious around here a lot of the time. We deal with a lot of political issues. Fridays, we kind of let loose. Jody goes, my divorce sucked. That was Jody.
It doesn't have to be that way, though, guys.
No, it doesn't have to be, but it is.
I know. It's almost like...
So she's going to talk about her friendly divorce. It went viral. Her and her soon-to-be ex, literally, they have a video we'll show you, and they come out. They're like, we have an announcement to make.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting divorced.
Woo!
I laughed my ass off when you told me that. That was hilarious.
Kelly will talk about that. Her substitute teaching last week in the St. Louis area, the Francis House School District. That woman, substitute teaching, she's a little pint size, full of energy. Plus, she rented, I don't even know what you call it. It's a construction It's some sort of construction piece that's a 50-foot lift.
Is it like a bucket?
Yeah, it's a 50-foot bucket.
So it's a full truck.
We've got pictures.
Okay.
So that she can work on a roof by herself. It sounds like
What's the purpose of that? Come on.
It sounds like a video. It sounds like video gold for her.
Yeah.
For sure.
No doubt.
She makes a lot of money every month on
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Name it.
Let's go replace a few shingles.
Plus, probably the coolest thing that happened with Kelly that we'll get into is next month she was invited to meet and hang out with Kiss. The original, like Gene Simmons Kiss, not like Mini Kiss.
So did they know about her, or did she reach out to
We're
them?
gonna find out the story.
I can't wait to hear about that.
So that's in, and then at 8:30, I'm super excited, super, as I used to say when I was a high school age, super stoked to have Conservative Ant on with us.
Mm-hmm.
Conservative Ant, check him out on Instagram. He'll be joining us in about 20 minutes or so, unless he's late. Joining us from the great state of Michigan. And I believe, and George, tell me if I'm wrong. I thought he was from Michigan. And if I'm wrong, let me know. But he is a influencer, social media influencer as well. Conservative. And he is very flamboyant. He will tell you how it is. He is in your face. And can't wait to have him on. So we got a lot going on there today. And it's going to be a free-for-all. It's a free-for-all Friday. That's what we do. Not getting into conspiracy theories today, but we're having fun. It's a Friday fun day. And sooner or later, excuse me, I was wrong. He's in Florida. Conservative Ants in Florida.
No wonder he's so
I want to
cool.
get his take on DeSantis.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And what DeSantis or Trump, because I have a feeling Conservative Ant is a Trump guy, because he went to Mar-a-Lago for the log cabin ceremony or the log cabin festivities with GS3 out of Michigan, our friend GS3. So who's the best? Mandy says he's the best. Are you talking about Conservative Ant, Mandy?
Yeah, I think so.
I think people know about him. He's nationally known. So he's giving us some time today. So we're grateful for that. Okay. A couple things we got to knock out of the way before we get into Conservative Ant. Liar in chief, Joe Biden, really quick. Liar in chief. We now had 5 days in a row, 5 freaking days in a row of lies, laughing at him and just complete lunacy with Joe Biden.
Just 5?
No, we had 5 straight days though. I think we broke a record.
I think so.
Did you guys see? He never taught political theory at Penn.
Jeez, is that a new one?
Yesterday. Oh, here, do we have the sound?
Is that a new one?
Sound ready, Pro Joe?
I'm sorry for what?
Wake up!
I am busy doing some stuff right now, so I apologize.
It's cool.
I'm asleep at the wheel.
So it's Friday.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Did you take some? You take some hits this morning?
I'm trying to get a stupid camera to work.
He's still having to deal with the fact that you think you're the cornhole king out there. I'm
not the cornhole king. I'm learning cornhole. It was just funny because you've talked about in the show, you like your marijuana. For a second, I thought maybe you took some hits this morning.
I mean, that's a given, but but that doesn't keep me from functioning.
To deal with all of us.
Oh,
and we, let's get into this electronics to the
do it.
wires.
So you want the Biden?
Yes, we got to show Biden's latest lie. We got to get this stuff out of here. He said here it is.
He looks good.
To make a major speech. I made one back when I ran the last time in 2020 up at Independence Hall. Democracy is at stake, folks.
Sure it is.
Our democracy is under attack.
Because you.
Oh my God.
We got to fight for it. I taught at the University of Pennsylvania for 4 years.
Did you?
Teach political theory.
Did you?
And folks,
that's a lie.
I always hear every generation has to fight for democracy. And I found myself, it's automatic. We didn't have to believe it. But we do. We do.
Okay.
We do.
He never taught political theory at the University of Pennsylvania. Flat out lie. Even Democrats are like putting their hand over their face. Like, oh shit, he has done it again. Although I'm starting to think it's on purpose. And by the way,
on purpose.
Well, at the end of yesterday's talk, he also said, and I credit Fox News this morning because I talked about this, for all the issues and problems Fox has had and trying to promote everybody else outside of Donald Trump. He did, and Fox did promote Biden this morning in regards to him saying at the end of his, well, I can't talk more about that. I'll get in trouble.
Yes, he always does that.
Yeah.
That's his reason for leaving after 2 questions.
I'll get in trouble. Who the hell is going to slap him on the wrist?
You know who's going to slap him.
Who's going to lock him in the closet? Who's going to take his ice cream away?
Michael's husband is going to slap him.
Who's going to take away his clapper?
Oh,
It's over. Yesterday was the beginning of the end, guys. You know that, right?
For sure.
Biden's not running.
Yeah,
No.
I know.
Yesterday,
I've been saying it for months.
This is his out.
Yep.
He's been looking for an out forever. And the indictment has basically spelled it out. And he has an out. He goes, I'm spending time with my family. I have to fix my family. This is not a me thing. This is a Biden Hunter thing.
Yep.
I look forward to the next generation. He's going to saunter off. It'll take him 20 minutes to walk off the stage.
And we'll never talk about him again.
And then here comes Gavin Newsom with his running mate, Pete Buttigieg.
Oh my God. Booty juice.
Could you imagine Newsom and Booty
I'm telling you, man, those are the 2 highest polling guys right now. Who else do you got?
Right.
How the hell is Booty Juice polling?
But he is polling
because there's no one else.
I guess it's the best of the worst.
I mean, if you had the chance to have if you needed a quarterback and all you had was Neil Lomax and Sam Bradford, which one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna lose. How bad do you want to lose?
He must be top of the class in the losers division.
Oh my gosh. But in the meantime, you get Cammie.
Losers bracket.
No, she's gone. She's toast.
Too.
So because Nancy Pelosi came out yesterday with a lot of Botox and a lot of weird makeup.
It was like
She did.
Come on, man. You know it's right. So what about Kamala? Well, if that's
Vice
Joe's
president doesn't do
I have nightmares now. If Joe wants Kamala, then I guess we'll just have to suck it up. I mean, that'll be
she's always like,
did you hear what you just said?
God.
I'm not going to say it.
It's bad.
It is bad.
And then Jamie Raskin comes out and goes, "Well, if that's how the commander's doing." I mean, no one's answering directly. Kamala would be a fantastic president. Look, I could even say it. Now I had to stomach it. I'm probably going to throw up in an hour, but
5 minutes.
But at least they could do it on camera.
Oh.
I'm telling you right now, guys, listen to me. It's Gavin Newsom, Pete Buttigieg versus Donald Trump, who is wiping the floor.
Yeah, for sure.
Trump and who?
Yeah, Trump and who? Who do you think?
I think it's Kristi Noem. I think that was a bizarre endorsement so early in the game.
Last weekend, Kristi Noem said, well, anybody in my position would have to, quote, consider it.
Right.
She's buying national ads for South Dakota, and her state's South Dakota, right?
Yeah, about
national ads for South Dakota
about their great unemployment rate,
and she's all dialed up, and she's all got the makeup going on, and
come on, her consultant is. Will you take a look at her like 8 years ago?
Yes,
and what she looks like now.
She's so pretty.
Oh, she's fine.
She is.
Oh, look! We got a camera shot. Look at
that! Look at this!
I don't know if we have enough equipment in here yet.
I don't know. I'm hearing some extra sounds.
No, I get it. And I even have a flag in front of me now.
You do, of course. I put up that flag in front of you last weekend.
Is that the original flag? The
Freedom 13.
717.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the Freedom 13.
No, we have to be careful. You say 1776 now, they try to put you in jail. Ask Owen Troyer.
Yeah, you're going to go to jail now after you said that.
Todd says she's the hottest.
Well, is she? No. Come on. Hey, Todd, stop it. She is, but she's also got a brain.
She does.
Eyes up here.
Yeah.
Eyes up here.
No, you can have beauty and brains.
Yeah.
Eric, you have beauty and brawn.
Remember?
Beauty and brawn.
No. Remember, that's what they tried to do to Sarah Palin. Remember that? Yeah. Sarah came out looking like the hot librarian that you wanted to go out with at homecoming, but she would never go out with you. And then McCain comes out with her and goes, this is the new vice president. She was like looking good. And you're like, oh, she knows every book in the library. And then Katie Couric got in with her and he goes, what do you read?
Hey, Joe.
Home and Garden, kind of whatever. You got to be careful. Anyway, sorry. What, Joe? Okay, never mind.
Oh, no. Hey, do our mics sound good? Is it just the level of us talking?
Yeah, everything sounds good to me.
All right. All right. So we had that crap going on with Joe Biden. 5 straight days we had to do something with him. It is the end. I'm not even saying it's the beginning of the end. I think we're midstream of this because presidential candidates have to declare for these states. The first one I believe I want to say Nevada or Utah.
October 15th.
Boom, right there.
Mhm.
And then there's all these other ones before the end of the year, states. So
Correct.
we're there. We are there. Eric, I couldn't disagree with you when it comes to the end for Joe Biden.
But here's the deal. It's going to okay, now let's have some fun.
Yeah.
All right. I know my mic is twice as loud because I'm twice as ramped up to go today. You know what I'm saying? But here's the deal. Biden's not going to want to go. So someone is going to have to come into the Oval Office, whether it's NBC, CBS, ABC, whatever it is.
Finally.
Right? And they're going to have to do the dirty work.
I love it.
They're going to have to do the dirty work. He's not going to want to go freely. This is going to frustrate the hell out of him.
He's not going to understand
He's not going to understand what's happening.
That's the problem.
I'm telling you guys.
And it's going to be he'll probably.
Something's going to pop.
Yeah.
We don't know what it is because they're masterful for keeping stuff behind closed doors.
For sure.
But I don't know how it's going to work when Obama and Valerie Jarrett go to the White House and say, Joe, sit down, please. No, sit down. Don't stand up. I said sit down. Do you know what sit down means?
Okay.
Do you know what sit down
means?
He's like walking over.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Here, give him some pudding. Anyway, sit down. Here, applesauce is better.
Applesauce is
You're going to have to go, Joe. You have one chance to go nicely, or we're going to take you out of here.
I already went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I already went.
Here's the documents that everyone's looking for, Joe. And here's some tapes that have you talking to Burisma. Now, do you want us to release this? I said release it means give it to the press.
Yes. You think they'll take him out with like one of those hooks?
like the old Gong Show?
Yeah.
Chuck Berry?
Yeah.
No,
gong.
no, or sweep him off the stage.
Yes.
The improv.
That's
was
right.
it the improv?
What was that? Yeah.
The Apollo.
Right.
The Apollo.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Sweep
Oh
him
my
right off the
gosh.
stage. This is Cancel This, by the way. CancelTheShow.com, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. Central.
What if they bring
all the time on our website?
What if they bring Corn Pop back to do it?
Oh my God.
And it's like
that would be good.
pay-per-view at the White
Corn
House.
Pop.
Yes. Pay-per-view.
If you can beat Corn Pop, you can stay.
Exactly. If you can beat him. Would you think that they'll have somebody rubbing his legs too, his hairy legs on the way out?
Okay, let's move on.
Lizzie takes it that way.
Good God, that was not good.
Cancel This. Pro Joe and the Interim Board. Eric Johnson in studio. Lizzie Sparks. I'm Vic Faust. Okay, that's going on. The UAW on strike. Here's the thing. It's not all 150,000 workers. It's about 10 to 15,000 workers on strike, included in Missouri, where we broadcast live out of. Missouri, Ohio, Michigan. I'm telling you right now, I'll jump out on this, guys. I'm sorry. I can't side with the workers right now with what I've seen. Talking about a 46% wage increase for a 4-day work week.
Yeah, that's not good.
For a 4-day work week?
Well, the problem is that how much do you want to pay
I
for
can't
that?
jump, guys, and I
Chevy
know
Bolt.
our UAW
That's right,
friends
right,
are gonna
that
be
Chevy
ripping
Bolt.
us and ripping me, but I can't jump onto that.
Boy, that
They offered a 20% increase for their salaries and wage increases each year.
Yeah. Here's the one that gets me. You lazy bastards. You only want to work 32 hours a week. Do a full week's worth of work. Otherwise, you know what that really means? Now I got to go get more employees to fill in the gaps because you don't want to work the other 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you lazy. I'm not going to say it. You know what?
You can say it.
Look,
You can say it.
no, I'm
say
not going to because they're working a tough job. They're making cars. I don't know what 40% is. I don't know what they make now. How much do you think a line worker makes? Maybe $35-$40 an hour, right? I don't know. I don't
either.
But if it's
Robert, where are you when we need you?
let's say it's $40 an hour for a top shelf cat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, another 40% on top of that is what does that come out to be? You're making $70 an hour, working 34 hours a week. I don't know. Does that mean that you get paid for the 40 hours a week, but you're only working the 30? I'm with Vic on this one. It seems a little unreasonable in a right to work state.
I cannot back it, and it could be hurting our national economy. Okay. Christopher says 22 an hour. Glenn says 35 an hour.
35
line
an hour.
workers making 35 an hour. And then I guess you can go ahead and do the math in regards to the hours and where that goes.
Yeah.
That GMC pickup truck is not going to be $120,000 anymore. It's going to be like
Yes.
$200,000 to buy one.
It's ridiculous. It's like, these are These are numbers that we used to pay mortgages for. My mom's first house when we moved to St. Peter's was only $80,000, and now it's like Lizzie just said, $100,000 for what is it, a Ford Raptor or something like that? It's $100,000.
Yeah, a GMC pickup truck is literally over $100,000.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy, and I would have wanted one, but I'm not paying that.
Especially, and then you have the interest rates at what they're at right now. It's like, hey, here's your truck, $2,500 a month.
Yeah,
enjoy.
No doubt. Yeah, it's like $1,000 a month now, and you're right. It's going to go up to $2,500 a month.
It's crazy.
After all that.
So I didn't think I'd hear Vic say that
I was surprised
I'll tell you what.
I was surprised to hear him say that.
When you think about it, you're like, damn, you're right, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Projo, I just sent you a picture just now. What's interesting, it's funny about that because we're trying to find the fun in regards to these Friday shows. The CEO of Ford, his name is Jim Farley. Have you heard this? Have you seen this guy? Find him and you got to listen to him. Jim Farley's cousin is Chris Farley.
Get out. I did not know
the CEO of Ford. And they look identical.
Wow.
And I heard him in an interview. They sound alike.
Okay.
I thought it was a parody. I thought it was a joke.
It's the real cousin?
The real cousin.
Oh, my gosh.
Here it is.
Oh, my God. You're damn right.
Okay, that's Jim.
OMG.
Wait a second. That's Jim Farley. And then we'll do a cross shot of Jim
Holy
and Chris
cow.
on the same page in a second. I sent that to Joe as well. Look at that guy. That's the CEO. He looks like a much trimmed down version of Chris Farley.
Yes, a little bit more put together with the suit and all that.
Come on. That's
He'll be living in a van down by the river. If they get their deal.
But we can't afford the van anymore.
Nope, you can't afford it. Any sort of
Joe, I sent it to you, buddy. You have it.
Yeah, it's
damn. Okay.
Stuck in internet land.
Okay. No, I
wonder if he ever hangs out with David Spade.
I sent it again, bud.
That's a good question.
So that's Jim Farley. And he literally came on. I saw it. He's like, what am I supposed to do? Pay over $300,000. I mean, he sounded like Chris Farley. Pay over $300,000 for a 32-hour work week. He's like, well, go broke.
Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, seriously, can I ask you a question?
I can't jump in with the UAW on this. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask
for
you
the facts that I know.
I'm going to ask you a serious question. 1960, 1950, General Motors, Detroit, Michigan was the place to go if you wanted a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking you a serious question now. That's very funny, by the way.
I know.
That's hilarious.
For our listeners on the podcast, we're showing pictures of Chris Farley and Jim Farley. Side shot, split screen, and they look identical. They look like close to twins, brothers at least, but they are cousins.
Are you guys
can keep that up, Projo?
Are you guys prepared to pay $20,000 for a badass Chinese SUV?
What's it called?
I have no idea. I'm just saying. You don't think the Chinese would export their SUVs that have high technology, that are solid, that are reliable, that they're charging you only you only pay Chinese jeans you can buy for $3.
Yeah.
How about Chinese SUVs that compete with the Ford Explorer for $22,000 and not $80,000? Would you buy? Anyway,
no, I would not.
I don't think I would, but a lot of people would, though.
A lot
Eric.
of people would.
Of course,
a lot of people will.
Yeah,
they certainly will. And like Glenn is saying, you wonder why the manufacturers are moving to Mexico. You cannot afford vehicles anymore, and even used vehicles keep going up.
Can I see that picture just one more time, Joe? I know you just took it down. I want to look at Jim Farley and Chris Farley.
That's funny. I guess their dads are brothers or something, or were. That's interesting. They look a lot alike.
Okay. I've had my Farley fill, I guess.
Your Farley fill?
This is cancel this show.com. Damn, George says, I'm still driving a 2003 Ford Taurus station wagon.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you have it paid off.
Yeah, I hope it has rust protection.
Correct.
Robert Peterbaugh says, hey guys, Eric, since you brought it up, and this is a live interactive podcast, and it's what separates us, and we're grateful for you guys that do jump in, and you guys do so all over the country, not just in the Missouri area, but all across. 50s to 60s America had north of 60% of worldwide market. That's a great point. Now, the United States has under 25% of the world market. We are committing suicide.
We really are.
It's a TikTok situation.
It is.
It is. I guess I'm sure that if you're one of those workers, you're all for it because you want to get paid more. But it's such a circular problem. We're going to our inflation. Just think about personal property tax on these vehicles too. That's even going to go up because these cars are going to cost more. I mean, so now the government's going to gig us when we buy a car.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
I don't know. I want to protect guys that go to work.
Mhm.
It seems to me like, with any business, the union with any business you come in. Let's say I'm going to teach you how to put a door on a Ford Focus. Okay, killer.
Mhm.
Nice. The job only pays $15 an hour. It's got great benefits. Okay, cool. I'm in. At the end of 2 years, you might go up to $17. You can top out at $70 if you want to,
Yeah.
but you got to be there for years and years and years to show that you are devoted to the product, to the company. As you build your equity in there, you're building your pension, yada, yada, yada. This union stuff is a deal breaker because
32-hour work week.
it's stupid.
Yeah, I don't.
That
get
is
it.
so post COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, go to work.
It's a Biden work week.
Go to work, man.
Yeah.
If you're like, I don't want to negotiate another week of vacation.
Okay.
How about that?
Troy gives a different perspective, and that's what we do. We all opinions are welcome on canceltheshow.com. He says, guys, Ford profited $11 billion last year. So I'm assuming you say that they have money to do this.
I get it.
32-hour work week.
Mm.
You know what? And
I don't think America.
I hate that.
I
I
don't
hate
think
that argument.
America-
I hate that argument.
I don't think Americans are jumping on the UAW side on this.
I hate that argument so much because of that $11 billion. I get it. Goes research and development, goes putting in new robots for making the job easier, goes into the stockholders who are investing in your company, go into hiring the right management team, it goes into advertising. So I hate that for corporations. Yes, you want to make billions of dollars so that the people working at your company can work there for 50 years.
I get it. We're going to continue to follow the UAW situation. I'm Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks, Eric Johnson in studio today. We've got Projo in the house coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. Kelly Manno in studio. And I got your message, Joe, but talking about her viral divorce video, her and her soon-to-be ex having fun with that. Renting a 50-foot basket construction piece to work on her roof by herself, and her substitute teaching day last Friday. But I'm excited to bring in Conservative Ant, massive superstar on social media. You can catch him under Conservative Ant on Instagram. Conservative Ant, thanks for taking time to join us today. Is that how we refer to you, Conservative Ant?
Yeah, I mean, Anthony is my name, so that's where the ant comes from. I don't really like bugs that much, so
it's not. I was thinking it was Conservative Auntie, like Auntie.
Aunt.
Oh, well, I could be your auntie too. I mean, it depends on how fiery I feel that day.
Hey, seriously though, I know you do tons of podcasts. You've blown up on social media. Thank you for taking time with us, my friend. You're friends with GS3, good friend of our show as well. Yeah. We had asked him to ask you to get you on the show. I followed you. I love your stuff. You're no holds barred material, and we need more of that. You're in Florida. Where do you live in Florida?
I'm on the Gulf Coast, so I'm Southwest Florida. We're pretty much direct hit of Hurricane Ian last year. So,
oh wow,
we have done a lot down here in Florida over the last year, trying to pick up Florida. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, do Floridians remember Ron DeSantis? Is he still around?
Floridians, listen, I've been trying to call Ron DeSantis and tell him, get your butt back to Florida because there's a lot of Floridians that still need you. Look, insurance companies are backing out. It's super expensive. I mean, my neighborhood still has blue tarps on the roof. There's people still have no homes. I mean, we recovered quick, but he needs to be a governor. Like, it's not hit, in my opinion, because I don't want people to get angry. I know there's like a Ron side and a Trump side. Ron ain't it right now for Floridians.
Is it because he's spreading himself too thin, you think? Because he's only polling at 15% in a presidential national election. There's only so much time in the day. I mean, maybe that's what's going on. So you're saying he should maybe unplug a little bit from the national stuff and come back to Florida?
Yeah, I think he would have just done really, really well if he would have just kept doing what he was doing in the state of Florida. Like, He's still young. He doesn't need to run. And, there's conspiracies that are circulating around each and every one of them. So you can say that, he's a globalist and he's all this, and you can believe whatever you want. But we voted him right after. I mean, it was like a month or two after Ian in a landslide.
Yeah.
So Florida had your back. Now have Floridians' backs.
Right.
Does Florida still? Do you think most of Florida wants him to run for president? Or do you think
no? They do not want him to run for president.
I didn't think so. That's why I brought it up with you right out of the gate. You cover every subject, but I was like, damn, we got a guy from Florida who's sitting right there who's going to tell it straight when it comes to DeSantis. So if you're not a DeSantis guy, that means you're a Trump guy.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing too that you have to remember is, so in the last year or 2 years, actually, we had gained, I think it was some crazy number, like 486,000 brand new Republican voters in the state of Florida. So it was like, dude, people can't, a lot of people moved here for Ron DeSantis, crazy enough. Moving somewhere for a governor. I mean, I love Kristi Noem. I know you guys were talking about Kristi Noem up in South Dakota. I can't do the cold, so I wouldn't move there, but I love her.
How about her transformation? I don't know if she's gotten the eyelashes, longer hair.
She just did a commercial where she was like an electrician or something.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, I'm gay, but all day long I'll take her out to dinner for sure.
For sure.
I know you would appreciate the transformation that I think I've seen her make just in the last
for sure. Yeah, she's got a great PR team. That's 100%.
It is so true though, man. Florida is just a badass state. I'm sorry, man. I go down there. DeSantis seems like he's doing a great job. On the national stage up here in St. Louis, all we hear about is his not his attack, but his defense of parents. He's kind of like Virginia.
Yeah.
Is everybody in Florida on board with parents' rights in the school system? And then tell me about what the people of Florida think about him kind of attacking Disney all the time.
So I think that parents in the state of Florida have been trying to make our school system better in Florida for a long time. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
When I heard about the parental bill and I heard about these, by the way, the parental bill to the woke left is called the Don't Say Gay bill. It doesn't say that bill at all. Right. Just so everybody knows that we're on the same page. So when I heard about this, I was like, come on, there's not a bill that says don't say gay. And I was right, there wasn't. But the parental bill was really important because these books that I looked into were really kind of pornographic. I mean, they were like sex novels. So
yeah, we got one in studio, Genderqueer, we're taking a look at now. We're going to break that down.
Yeah, I think wasn't Senator Kennedy just reading this out loud the
Yes,
other day?
he
And I literally wanted to like jump out a window.
Yeah.
Now, if Kristi Noem was reading it,
well, dressed up like an electrician, then yeah.
Right.
And so I just think that parents are really trying to take a handle on their kids' education. I think that COVID was a great example of people waking up in the sense of knowing exactly what was going on in your kids' syllabus, curriculum, whatever you want to call it. And then people started doing the research like, wait, what are you learning? And it woke people up in that sense. So yeah, Florida's got a long way to come, but I think that Governor DeSantis did a great job when it came to parents. As far as Disney, I think that he used Disney as a political ploy. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
No, it might have been that way. We're talking with conservative Anthony. Do you want to say your last name? Because I never see your last name said.
Yeah, Anthony Raimondi.
How'd you do the whole social media?
I was just 3.5 years ago when COVID. I was living in Chicago, by the way. I was born and raised just outside of Chicago. And we were locked down again and locked down again and locked down again. And I just got really, really angry one day at my dinner table. And I did a rant, like an ant rant video, because there were riots going on. And I had nothing to say about the look, that's a whole other conversation. But the protest itself for Black Lives Matter, fine. That's your right as an American to protest. But it was during a time where you weren't letting us go to our family members' funerals. It was during a time where you weren't letting people do the basics, go to a grocery store, get your hair done. So I got really, really angry and I did a video, posted on TikTok, woke up the next day to it being viral. And I was like, but I also went to broadcasting school before all that. So I did have a little bit of like the radio background.
Right.
And yeah, I started running with it. I was like, okay, my husband's like, you need to do ant rants. You need to keep on posting these videos.
I love the ant rant. That is great.
Yeah. Ant rant.
So let me ask you this. Are you Gen Z?
I was born in 85. So I think I'm no, I'm definitely not. If I was Gen Z, I wouldn't identify as Gen Z because
so you're a millennial. So my question is this, and we talked about this on the show a lot, that, the curmudgeon Gen Xers, we're going to vote conservative because we know where our money's going. We don't want our kids to be subjected to all this garbage, blah, blah, blah. Your generation, you have a direct tie to the millennials and the Gen Z. Are you seeing a shift in the way that they think, that it's not that they're like, I've had enough of the Democrats, I'm done? And you can see it. You're right there on the front line. Do you see the kids, the young generation is going to vote more Republican this time, or are they like, not just no, but hell no?
It's kind of a 50-50 thing. Here's the thing that I always say is, I vote conservative. There's a lot of things that the Republican Party, I'm not even going to say conservatives, the Republican Party doesn't really align with when it comes to things that are like progressive or cool, like for instance, gay marriage and stuff like that. So I'm always like, why wouldn't you want a gay conservative or somebody who's gay or lesbian or whatever to be within the Republican Party so they can protect your rights or make changes, so on and so forth? What the Republicans have a really hard time doing is they have a hard time marketing to millennials and Gen Z, especially Gen Z. Okay. Whereas you have, you say what you want, but you have Joe Biden's campaign having a bunch of Gen Z social media TikTokers on the front lawn of the White House doing all this stuff that's really pandering to the Gen Z, where we have Mike Lindell on Fox News selling pillows and slippers. Gen Z doesn't care about that.
That's
so you really good point.
Here's a video. Here's one of Conservative Ant's videos, and I think this would give people a little bit of an idea too of what he's about.
How are you on this Thursday? She's not well. I don't know. She said something. Cliff Notes. Says something, goes on and on and on. Something about unfollowing me because I went after Gen X. I think that's a typo, honey, because I went after Z. I typically tend to go after Gen Z. Again, it's not all Gen Z, but I typically shit on them. So that must have been a typo. I don't know if that's a boomer thing or what. I make typos all the time, so no hate. But that's okay. It's not an airport. Hey, you can just leave at any time. I don't need to know about it. Like, if you want to unfollow, leave me. I'm good. Not a terminal. Other than that, I slept well yesterday. So I'm gonna sleep well again today, and I'm not. Just want to let you guys know it was Gen Z, hun. Okay, have a good one, Mary, Angela, whoever you are.
So even you have a dysfunctional relationship with those guys. Gen Z's crazy.
Yeah. So look, this is what. So she thought. I really do think it was a typo. That woman was obviously a Trump supporter because her. And I go after both sides. Like, I'm not. Nobody's safe, But Gen Z is, you have to remember, Gen Z is the generation of the cell phone, right? Mm-hmm. They're the ones who primarily get their news from TikTok, Instagram, social media. Yeah. Millennial Gen Xers, like even millennials, it took me a minute to really learn how to upload stuff. Honestly, because we grew up before technology and after. What we have to remember is Gen Z only believes what's on social media. They're not the generation of the magazine or newspaper at all. Right. So what, and that goes to like marketing towards Gen Z. Okay. Why are we not doing town halls with conservative content creators?
Here's the thing. Here's my question.
Could we get them into a town hall?
Listen, anytime I watch, and I keep on calling out Fox News because I think it's like Fox News is like the CNN of the right. Right? I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, they are.
And you know, you see like Sean Hannity, and he's got this like really uncool Ted Cruz on the show, and you're like, oh my God, like
keep
Gen
preaching,
Z,
yeah,
Gen Z
Yes.
doesn't care about this, and they especially don't care about, you know, people like Lindsey Graham. Oh my God, anytime that guy pops up, I'm like, oh, I mean, you're not catching anything.
Mitch McConnell.
It really is. It's really the same. The only way that you can understand what he's saying is think about a Generation X or a boomer and saying, I'm going to convert you into electric cars.
right.
And you're like, hell no, you ain't. But somebody has to come to you and tell you all the features and the benefits. No one is going to Gen Z right now and talking about the features and the benefits of becoming a Republican, what it means for you in the next 40 years.
That was your thing.
I know.
That was the same thing that happened with you being a rocker.
That's right. I was like, how many taxes do you want to take out of my damn pocket at 24 years old or whatever? And I was like, okay, I'm a conservative. I mean, that's the thing is the millennials are the closest bridge to talk to Gen Z. And but I still to this day, I don't understand how they've seen the world under Joe Biden and Kamala and gone, oh yeah, they've made my life a lot better. I'm voting this way. I don't
know that many millennials really did vote for. I think maybe they did. Again, that's probably a 50-50 split. The thing is like when you think of liberalism, you know, it comes in many different, because I mean, technically I was a 2-time Obama voter. So why did I end up going to Trump? Trump was real. He was a real dude. He woke me up. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is hilarious, because we literally have these conversations every day with our buddies. You know, like what he says, we want to say out loud, but he does it. So it was an outsider, wasn't a politician. And that's the problem, is like Gen Z thinks they think that politicians are celebrities, and politicians are not celebrities. They work for you. They work for everything. I saw Pete Buttigieg. I saw Pete Buttigieg in the airport one day. Yeah, right? Isn't that what Biden calls him, booty juice?
That's what we call him too, because of Biden.
Yeah. I saw him in the airport one day, and it could have gone one of two ways. Either I was getting tackled that day at O'Hare Airport, or I was just gonna be a normal human, right? So I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, Pete," and he was like, "Hey," and I knew that he knew that because I acted just enough sassy where like, that guy's gay. So I was like, "Hey, Pete," and I shook his hand, and he's like, "Hey," and his eyes lit up. I said, "I wanted to thank you for your service, because you know you are serving our country." I said, "Not a fan, bud. Not a fan. You got to get to work." I said, "You got to get to work.
Maternity leave is over."
Yeah, right. No more chest feeding. Have a good day. And I walked away. I walked away, but
that's awesome.
You know, these people are not celebrities. They work for us. And I think that the reason why the Hollywood elites and all the elites, I think the reason why they've elevated these people to be like some celebrities is because, circle back, just like Raggedy, what was her name? Jen Psaki.
Raggedy Jen.
We're going to circle back. They go by cell phones. So if Obama has pop stars singing on the front lawn of the White House, they're like, "Oh my God, this is amazing. He's a movie star."
I saw a poll the other day, and I'd love you to respond to this. African Americans, urban African Americans, are the plus minus switch now is it's much higher for Trump.
It is
for not Republicans, but for Donald Trump, and Biden is in the negative category. What do you think? Why do you think that's happening? Why do you think urban male African Americans are starting to flop now for Donald Trump? Is it a respect thing? Is it thinking? What is that mechanism right there?
So I know everybody wants to, like, everybody. I'm not talking about us, this group right here, but everybody on social media is like, "Oh, you know, ever since he got indicted." No, American people, I can't speak for the Black community because I'm not Black, but I can say this: I have friends that realize they're making way less money under Joe Biden, and those communities specifically are always used during an election. Say, "We're going to help, we're going to help, we're going to help." For instance, they supported Black Lives Matter. Great. I think it's a great thought. Of course, Black Lives Matter. What are you doing for the Black community, though? Nothing? Okay, here we are again.
Right.
So Kamala Harris hasn't stepped foot on the south side of Chicago. She won't, because she's probably scared. She'll clutch her pearls and say, you know, she's never been to Europe either, so there's always that. And I think people are starting to realize that it costs, you know, $79 for a carton of eggs. You know, there's a lot of things that are super expensive, and they're like, this ain't it. And then you put the fact that Donald Trump has a mugshot. Now this is a real dude.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Now this is a real dude.
He's one of us.
Cancel this. Hey, we're talking with Anthony Raimondi. He is Conservative Ant on Instagram, hundreds of thousands of followers. As you can see, great heart, funny dude, very well adept at what's going on all over the country when it comes to politics. But you're talking about specific people. You brought up African Americans, Eric. Anthony, I'm curious, though, because you can speak for the gay community. And I have seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, Donald Trump, at least as far as I can see, be more opening and welcoming than any conservative that's even out there, and even more welcoming than some Democrats. You've had a chance to visit with him at Mar-a-Lago. You've watched his policies with this. Enlighten our viewers and our listeners when it comes to Trump with your community.
Yeah, so a lot of people do not know exactly what Donald Trump did for, you know, not only the black community. We have the Platinum Plan and many other things that he had passed, but with the gay community, I think that people forget how real he is. I mean, you have to remember, this is the guy that was hanging out with A-list celebrities that were black, that were gay, that are, you know, all these things. Joe Biden wasn't, but he works really hard with, you know, organizations like Log Cabin Republicans, and trying to decriminalize homosexuality in countries like the, you know, places in the Middle East that will literally stone you to death and throw you off of buildings.
True.
He's also, when he was the president, he lowered medication. I remember something he said. He was like, I want to get rid of HIV and AIDS. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. It's something that not only riddles the gay community, but also the black community. You can look at the numbers. It doesn't, stats don't lie. And he lowered the cost of HIV meds along with many other meds.
Right.
Now, to me, in my mind, I'm thinking, why would that be an issue that he would want to go after if he was racist or homophobic? Because that would be the last thing on his list, right? Not only that, I remember after the Orlando shootings, he did a press conference almost immediately. And that's why that guy was great, because when something happened in the world, he didn't wait for 7 days or go on vacation to a beach or, you know, do all these other things. He almost immediately spoke on it, unscripted, in front of the American people. And he said after Orlando, I will do everything in my power to protect the LGBTQ, I think it's plus and two-spirit and all the other stuff. I would do any of
/
I had to add the jab. Yeah, / delete, alt delete. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't remember Joe ever doing anything like that.
No.
I remember when I started researching, because we want to vote on policy. So when I started researching Joe Biden and what he's done, nothing in 40 something years, I was like, wait, he was actually against gay marriage. So
against guns and illegal immigration.
He also imprisoned more colored men than any. I mean, look up the 94 crime bill, guys. It's on the internet. Y'all like the internet and Google.
When were you at Mar-a-Lago? When did you go down to Mar-a-Lago and hang out?
I want to say that was around probably December.
Okay,
maybe November, December. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You know, it was absolutely amazing because. So if nobody follows this other content creator, his name is Clarkson Lawson.
Okay.
Blowing up right now. Amazing dude. Always speaks out against the gay community's woke agenda.
Okay.
Him and I are sitting next to each other, and I'm like, oh my God, yes, you're here. And I looked at him, I'm like, there's a lot of gay people here. And he's like, this is a log cabin event. And I was like, oh, that explains it. Okay, I get it now. So when Donald Trump came out and he spoke to everybody, I really wish that the media or people could have seen how he was, because he complimented all the gay men in the room and said how good looking everybody was. He's like, only gay men can dress this beautifully. You guys look absolutely amazing. You're the only people I would let Melania hang out with.
Oh, sorry, I missed it.
Oh, he was funny. He was charismatic. When he walks into a room, you don't feel like a negative vibe or a negative energy. But when a politician walks in a room, oh my God, it's draining.
Stuffy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And we got to meet Carrie Lake that day.
Nice.
And, she was another one that she was just a tough. Look, everybody is ready for a tough woman to be a leader. Of course we are. It's 2023. If Kamala was great, we would have everybody would be backing her. But I don't even know where she dated Montel Williams, I thought.
If Trump gets elected, it's going to look like Charlie's Angels inside the White House. It's going to be
that's a good analogy.
Good morning, Angels.
Yeah, right. I mean, listen, how can you hate a guy that surrounds himself by strong women?
Carrie Lake is the Secretary of State.
Love Carrie Lake.
Oh, and wait, listen. Carrie Lake said, behind every woman is a strong man.
I said that to Vic this week.
Yes, you did.
She said that. And then she said to us, she said, that's my husband. But behind my husband is another strong man, and he happens to be gay, and I love him dearly. And we were like, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
So Mar-a-Lago was amazing. I mean, there are people there like Matt Gaetz and many more that everybody says is homophobic. And
he's not.
He's not.
No, but we're
nobody is. It's 2023.
We understand that the left is using words as weapons, and we didn't used to understand that. There was a lot. You probably don't remember this, but remember the election that they pushed Grandma off the cliff in a wheelchair because of the whole healthcare debacle. Do you guys remember that?
I remember that vaguely.
That was a lie.
That once.
It was a visual lie. It was a political lie, but it worked. The visual thought that the Republicans were going to push Grandma off the cliff.
Right.
That's not working anymore. It's almost, we're getting to a point now where the Democrats are the little boy that cried wolf too many times, and it just doesn't work anymore. And I think that you're going to start to see this next, and you were right there, front row with Trump. I think you're going to see that there people are like, I want authenticity. And they go, the only one in this race right now that's authentic, Trump.
Yeah.
And it's that simple.
It is.
It's that simple.
And a lot of people like Vivek Ramaswamy,
which I like.
He's all right. I was, but I feel like he's the Obama of like the Republicans right now.
Boom. I agree.
And he's just super cool. He's on stage, he's rapping. He's doing all these things, and I'm like, okay, it's a little much. Like, relax a little bit. Let's give Donnie a shot. I mean, now Donnie's got a mug shot, so dude's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Street cred.
All these candidates are going to be like stealing from Quick Trip so they can get arrested. Get their own mug shot.
Get it, videotape it.
Driving around with a PR company.
And it still won't turn out right.
Yeah. Hey, can you take that again? Nope, you're done. Get out of
here. Hey, conservative.
Look like Nick Nolte.
Gen Z know who Nick Nolte is.
Oh my God,
that is awesome.
Oh,
hey, you've spent a lot of time with us, my friend. Conservative Ann on Instagram. You're blowing up. You're funny as hell. We love having you around. Anything else you want to let our viewers and listeners know? Anything else that's kind of moving the needle for you these days when it comes to life situations, politics, anything?
Look, I say this all the time. Talk to your neighbors. I know that it's really hard right now, but I bet you're going to find so much more in common than you do on the internet, because everyone likes to just punch that keyboard, with their fat thumb. So talk to your neighbors, have the conversations. Everyone is agreeing on a lot more than you think. So, follow me everywhere, Conservative Ant.
I love it.
Oh,
I am.
you're
We
the-
love-
oh,
I am.
so
and you
funny.
have a love of Gen X. Can we say that? Isn't that true?
I'm honorary Gen Xer because you know
Honorary
85
Gen Xer.
I'm 85. I'm like on that cusp. It's Gen Z that I really, guys. You're doing the most. So
Well, we got to
Yeah.
hook you up. We've got you and Kelly Manno could probably do a lot. Kelly's in studio now. She just joined us. She is massive on. She's massive all over Instagram, TikTok, you name it. Kelly's there. We've got conservative Aunt with us, Kelly, because
Hi.
Kelly's a social media influencer and comedian.
hi.
And she's got millions of followers and lots of talent. And she focuses on Gen X a lot.
Yes,
That's my-
the two of them would be so funny. I think you'd have to wear Depends because we'd be laughing so hard. Oh my gosh.
Kelly, we're gonna have to link up, girl.
All right, sounds good. Do I call you conservative or Aunt or Mr. Aunt?
You
Like what?
can call me Aunt, Anthony, Honey. I like Honey sometimes.
Just call him honey.
Babes. Shug, you can call me Sugar. Hey, Shug.
Sugar Aunt. Aunt Sugar.
Oh,
Hey, Anthony, I love you, man. Thanks
Love
for
you
taking
guys.
some time with you. Gave us a lot of time today.
Yeah.
We'll catch back up. Special thanks to GS3 for also bringing us together from this standpoint. I've been following you. I love your stuff.
Thank you.
And,
Anytime, guys. Anytime.
And I think you're a great voice for the gay community as well. And
Thanks.
people can't be canceled like you just because, hey, you happen to be conservative and gay and you felt like you've been canceled by a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys doing what you're doing and elevating voices. It's great. And you're hilarious. I'll come on anytime you want.
We love to hear it.
Bring Trump with you. We got.
Carrie Lake.
Don't come empty-handed next time.
yeah. Next time, invite us with we want to go with you to Mar-Lago. We'll
Yeah.
go there and we can either be gay or not.
We'll go to
Fine,
Macy's.
invite
We'll
us.
get good clothes. We
yeah,
promise.
we'll get good clothes.
Macy's.
You're such a Jen.
Hey, my man. Anthony, we'll see you next time, buddy.
All right. Thanks, guys.
See you, man.
Go hold down the fort in Florida.
Oh, my
Conservative
gosh.
Aunt on
Hilarious.
Instagram. Check him out. Had a lot of fun with him. Of course, he'll come back. He said it. We've got the tape. He'll come back on with us. We'll have some fun with him. This is cancelthisshow.com. Hi, Kelly. How are
Hi,
you?
good morning, everybody.
It is the Kelly Manno.
Yes, in the flesh.
In the flesh. Real quick, I got to get our commercials out while you're sitting.
Go
there.
for it.
That cool. Hey, thanks again to Complete Auto Body Repair. Complete Auto Body Repair, 7 locations throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area, climate controlled. All kinds of they have 62 positions open right now. 62 with techs, mechanics, sales team, HR, you name it. Check out CompleteAB.com. Strategic Air Services. Kelly, you're about ready for your own plane. You can fly around. Like when you go see
Yeah.
Kiss next month,
Right?
and we'll talk about that.
Okay.
We need to hook you up. They should fly you out with Strategic Air Services because the facility you sit in, you know how cool this facility is here.
Yes, it's amazing.
It may shock people how cheap you can actually fly private. Fly luxury, fly private, strategicairservices.net. Check them out. Considering what you have to deal with TSA, with people with flip-flops, taking their flip-flops off in planes, you have their feet next to you. You don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. Are you a feet person?
that's a
Boy,
tough
that's quite
question.
wow.
It
Good
depends on
morning.
how
Do you
good looking
like
the feet are, Vic.
Good morning. It's great to see you too, Vic.
Experience Realty. So you like feet? Oh.
I don't hate them.
Eric hates feet. That's why I bring that up.
Oh, mine are so cute though.
Oh,
You need to show your feet to Eric when he comes back in here from his little coffee break.
They're
That would
so
be
cute. I have
enjoyable
the
to watch.
cutest feet ever. Yeah.
Yeah. Show it to him when he comes back in.
okay. You got some cool shoes on too. And I look down. What kind of shoes are those?
They're like old school Pumas.
Oh,
Damn, those are freaking
great.
cool.
Thank you.
I won't ask you
All
to
the
lift
compliments this morning.
I won't ask you to lift that foot all the way up to the camera, but you're a cheerleader. You're
She
a
could
dancer.
do it,
You
though.
could
Her
probably do
dances,
it.
she could totally.
Oh, there you go. We got the shot.
Woo!
Thank
Love
you,
it.
Joe. We got that. Also, special thanks to Experience Realty Partners, Kathy Hilbig Strick, Steve Strick. If you're thinking about buying a house, selling a house, any questions, don't do it alone, especially in this whacked out economy that we have. We all know it's a nightmare dealing with real estate right now. Go to the team who has more experience in St. Louis than anybody. Experience Realty Partners, Kathy Helbig-Strick, 314-276-SOLD. That's 314-276-SOLD. And if you're looking for a warranty for your vehicles, people keeping them, it seems to be a little bit longer these days. Reach out to Vehicle Protection Group. Todd at vpcnetwork.com. Once again, Todd at vpcnetwork.com. They're looking for some employees, 6-figure pay, takes you 2 weeks to train. You literally go there and you answer phone calls. That's it. You answer phone calls. They train you how to do it. People contacting the company because they want a service. And the number one dispensary in the state of Missouri, it's Green Light. Go to our website, cancelthisshow.com. For our viewers, you can download the coupon that we're showing you right now. Take it in, get a discount on your product. If you're listening to the podcast audience, you can go to cancelthisshow.com, download the coupon, take it into a Green Light dispensary. And what you're going to find, being the biggest in the state, is they have the best prices and the most products. And of course, Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things. If you're looking for anything from a furniture standpoint, Carroll House has it. They've been with us from the beginning. They have been a massive staple of St. Louis. All right, cancelthisshow.com. I'm Vic Faust with Lizzie Sparks, Eric Johnson, Projo in the house, and of course, the one and only Kelly Manno in studio. Kelly, it is great to see you here today. Okay, first of all, tell me this. Is life going all right before we get into our topics? Are you doing all right?
Yes.
Smiling, happy,
Yeah,
energetic?
I'm great. People keep saying, Kelly, how are you? I'm like, I'm good. They're like, no, really. How are you?
I didn't mean anything by that when I said that
I'm
either.
Like, no, I'm really good. I promise.
We haven't had you on the show in a few weeks, but
Mhm.
you have had quite the time. You have a lot of things going on right now. First of all, what happened with your substitute day? You couldn't come in, I think, last Friday or the week before because
Right.
you were, was that your first time substitute teaching?
No, so I have secretly been substitute teaching for like 3 years. I just I don't tell anybody because, being like a public figure, I wouldn't want anything I say to be like reflective of the school. Like they love me, I love them. This was like 3 years ago that our school district was like, we need subs so bad. We've got like the janitor teaching science, like, and I thought, well, I'm home all day. I've got a college degree. I could go do.
Do you have a degree in teaching or does it matter?
No, you don't need a degree in teaching. It doesn't even matter. And then you go through this class, and then I started substituting, and I really loved the middle school level. 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, which is the level that most people avoid.
Right.
But so I've been substituting for 3 years now. And it's the best job I've ever had. I can only do it a couple of times a month because I'm so busy. I don't do it because I need to. I do it because I like to. So it's fun.
Good.
What can you talk? What do they pay for substitute teaching these days?
You know what's funny is, like I said, I don't do it because I need to, so I don't even know. I assume I've gotten a raise over the last couple of years, but usually it's like $120 a day, something. like that.
I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah, and it's your job, like especially.
Can I show up at 10 o'clock and be a substitute teacher?
What can you teach?
I've got a degree. I'll find something.
Oh, they'll let you teach anything.
Gym,
Really?
Gym,
Yeah.
lifting.
If you got a degree, or so what is it? 60 hours actually, isn't it?
English.
Yeah.
Is there communication classes in high school?
Dude, let me tell you where it's at when you sub. Art class and PE. Art class, they're already working on stuff.
Yes.
You
That's
do
awesome.
like I'm a
Yes.
glorified babysitter. And then PE, I get to like play with the kids. Like I love to be outside and like whatever they're
great.
playing. Like I'm
She's playing dodgeball with them,
Yeah,
bouncing it off their heads.
100%.
Yeah.
Do they allow dodgeball in school anymore?
No.
What?
No.
That's awful. But
No.
they don't.
No dodgeball. They do like scooter basketball now. And
Yeah.
Scooter
Do they pay?
Scooter basketball. Do they do trampoline anymore?
No,
Oh, hell no.
You guys don't.
Not even with the nets. The nets have been deemed.
What
dangerous.
happened? No wonder these kids are so.
Gen
Lawyers.
X, we lost.
Lost.
Gen X lost.
Mm.
Kelly tries to focus on this all the
know.
time.
I know.
Yeah.
We need to. Okay, real quick though. Do they pay you cash or do they send you a check?
No, it's I get a check every 2 weeks. And I always forget it's coming. So it's like a surprise. I'm like, oh, where
That's
did I get
really
that extra
awesome.
$300 from?
So you're like Jack Black in School of Rock, kind of.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, like the kids love me. I love them.
Yeah.
And it's fun. A lot of people will say, like, how do you work with middle schoolers all day? I'm like, how do you work with adults all day? Like, I would rather
Exactly.
hang out with kids and find out like who farted in the hallway. Like that's
fun.
That's my jam. Like,
What do you? Is there a okay? If you walked into a classroom like, okay, you're doing algebra today.
Mhm.
and then open the book and some kid asks you a question like, I have no idea how to answer this.
Correct. And all of the kids know that, and all of the
yeah.
teachers know that. The
Yeah.
teachers are aware that substitutes don't know how to teach their subjects. Yeah. Usually they just have plans for me that is like busy work.
Yeah.
So do you talk to teachers before you come in?
Yeah. Well, no, I come in and then there's like a list of things I got to do. But in most cases, I have all the teachers' numbers and they text me and let me know, hey, this class is going to be really challenging and this one's not. And here's when your break is. And
yeah, but I bet a bunch of these kids already, I mean, let's just put it out there. You're a freaking superstar all over social media. You didn't set out to become a social media superstar. It happened.
Yeah.
Just like we had Conservative Ann. He didn't set out to be this national figure when it comes to politics and funny videos. Okay. People know who you are.
Yeah.
And when you show up, I bet there's a scene.
So it's fine now. The first couple days, it was like a new zoo animal was there. So imagine I was sitting in the classroom and, the door is open and there's just a train of kids running into each other, like craning their neck and like, oh my God, she is here, Yeah. But honestly, they're kids. So most of them got over that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
A lot of them still think it's cool, but what I'll do is I'll say, okay, we're teaching social studies, but if you guys are good, the last 10 minutes, I'll let you guys ask anything you want about TikTok, anything you want about.
So there is a communications class there.
Well, yeah.
There you go.
Kelly just created it.
Yeah.
They'll teach you the communications class.
Yeah. So I love the kids and I'd rather hang out with them than adults any day. So
what is the require? I know that he's probably asked you this. What's the requirements? If as a 54-year-old dad in Chesterfield, can you just go up to Parkway Central and say, hey, I want to teach?
You have to have so many college hours. And I have a college degree. So it's from like 20 years ago, but I've got one. So.
Yeah.
Did you graduate from Lindenwood area?
Yeah, I was over at Lindenwood College, but it had nothing to do with algebra.
Yeah, like almost every district is like desperate for subs right now, and it's
at $120 a day.
Yeah, something like that.
Dude, I may look into that.
It's so much fun.
It would be fun. I could see you as a sub. It would be so fun.
Hell
I
could totally see you.
I could see you as a sub.
Yeah.
Hey, you little
great.
You would get pissed at them and start throwing chairs. It would be amazing. You'd be as famous as Kelly if you filmed it.
Oh my God, Vic Faust the sub.
Yes.
Going wild
tonight on HBO.
But yeah, all the kids are used to me being there now, so it's not as much of a novelty.
Yeah.
Like once,
but
in a while,
the teachers are like, "Hey, Kelly, come on in the faculty lounge."
I frazzled one the other day when I walked into sub, and they didn't know that I was coming in to be their sub because I don't normally sub at the high school, and it's always just interesting. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Can you fill up gas at Quick Trip with where people know you? Where you like, man?
Oh no, nobody's bothering me at Quick Trip.
Really?
No. Like this is not. I mean, people know who I am, but they see me in certain settings, like at a hockey rink or something like that. Okay. But no, I'm perfectly fine, like walking down the street.
Yeah.
Nobody.
No double takes. No.
No.
Really?
No. People recognize me all the time, but mostly it's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Every time I go to the girls' bathroom. Every time.
Just leave me alone.
But I still know you from radio.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, that's where I know you from listening to what was it, Stephen DC, and then 98, right? Wasn't it 98, whatever it was?
Yeah,
and
no.
So that's where I know you from. So I'm kind of more starstruck about the radio side than the TikTok.
Do they look under the stall at you?
No. It's when I come out. And they'll be like, "Oh my God," and because I guess it's like really well lit in a bathroom, and a lot of times if we're outside,
do they look under the stall?
Like, I have no idea what it is with bathrooms, but it like almost anytime I go to a women's bathroom, I'm gonna get recognized.
It's happened to me too. And then you're like, "Are we shaking hands now? Are we not shaking hands?
No, you should.
When are we shaking hands?
Yeah.
Am I going to use the soap first, or you? It happens.
Why don't you shake with no soap and really show some love?
Elbows,
right?
No, you know.
No, I'm not going there.
Yeah, just don't wash your hands and go, "Hi, I'm Vic."
Yeah. And it's wet. And it's wet.
Yeah.
Cancel this show.com. Kelly Manno's in studio with us today. She's comedian, whether she wants to be or not, social media star, just all around good person and friend of the show. And you just keep coming up with incredible content over and over and over again. But you also have content that became personal recently, which I love what you did here. And I want you to explain what you did with it. And we've got the video ready to I sent you the video again, Joe. Did you not look?
Yeah, I sent you a text message back saying.
Oh, a second video didn't work?
Yeah, it just.
Are people trying to
wrong
cancel?
link. I
Are
don't
people
know.
trying to cancel Kelly?
Oh,
So
no.
I have two Facebook pages. I have one where I have a photo of how I look now, and that's the Facebook page that it's on.
Okay.
If you're on the Facebook page of my glamour shot with like 500,000 followers,
I sent Joe the. I'll
Love
work
it.
on that too. In the meantime,
Yeah, it's on my personal Facebook.
Okay,
I just pulled it up.
let people know what's going on because your videos are gaining more and more attention every day. And I love what you did with the story that I just introed.
Well, I mean, so the thing is, a lot of my personal life, as much as I allow, is public. People know who my kids are. They know that I'm married. They know this and that. They know my dog's names because before this was a big account,
Okay.
I was just a regular person sharing
Right.
my kids growing up, and all of that stuff is still on there,
Mhm.
right? So everyone knows that I had been married for a long time, and my husband and I, over the last couple years, like anybody else, without going into too much detail, like stuff gets hard. It gets really hard.
Yeah.
And, we almost kind of threw in the towel a couple times, but then one person didn't want to, and this one did. And then we did counseling and we did all these things.
Mm.
And in the end, we both wanted the same thing. I was like, we don't want to be married anymore, but I don't want you like not in my life. I'm so used to you being here. Like I don't need you to move out right away. I don't want. So to make a long story short, my husband and I are separated. The long-term goal is divorce, whether that's in 2 months or 10 years. I'm not even exaggerating that is how unimportant the paperwork side of things are
Okay.
to us.
Good
and
for
so
you.
because I'm a public person, we had this talk. I'm like, God, we're going to have to tell people. I'm going to have to like make an announcement,
Right.
which was just bizarre to me because that's what like celebrities do, right?
Mhm.
When Gwen,
Well, welcome to the club.
Yeah, you're a celebrity.
yeah.
You do have a PR team, don't you?
No.
You need one?
Yes, I do need one. Gwyneth Paltrow, when she came out and said they did the conscious uncoupling, and I thought, and I talked to Jimmy, I'm like, I want people to see me. I want them to see that I'm okay. I don't want them to just read a paragraph that I write and tell people, hey, my husband and I are going to get divorced, but we're going to stay like best friends. They need to see it.
Right.
And so we made a video. I mean, it's gotten like, of course, I told him, I'm like, if this goes viral,
It's massive.
we are not going on Good Morning America. I don't want to be the poster.
Sorry, you just might.
So to make a long story short, we have been divorced, or not divorced. We've been separated for like 6 months and just didn't tell anybody. And our kids have known, and our close family have known for a couple of months.
Are you in the same house?
Yeah, he's got his own room. I got my own room.
Okay.
I'm redoing the master bedroom. Oh my
Dude,
God.
I love
There's
that.
no- you don't see any
pink stuff
shock in
you have
these
going
eyes.
on in there.
It's pink and fuzzy.
Oh,
I
I
got
love
a
it.
big like Tupac artwork in.
Mhm.
Like,
Of course, you got.
Oh,
Tupac,
her video is great about
Kiss.
that.
everything's gonna be neon.
Oh, love it.
Well,
So-
let's check out this video. Last check, how many views do you think it's?
I don't know because it's on a couple different platforms, and
Yeah.
he shared it too. So
Jimmy.
I mean,
I've got so many questions, but I got to see this.
All right, here we
Okay.
go.
Go ahead.
All right.
Big announcement to make. This year in November, Jimmy and I will be celebrating 20 years of marriage. We decided to celebrate in a really special way and
We're getting divorced.
Damn!
Except
we're separated.
divorces are expensive.
Well, here's the thing, divorces are expensive and neither one of us want custody of the kids.
No.
First of all, it's super weird that we even have to announce this, but
But you know what? We've kind of always lived our lives in the public eye. You know, we met in radio years ago.
you're so loud right now. You're like right in my
sorry.
ear.
And this is why we're splitting up. No,
We just didn't want y'all whispering and
Yeah.
shit. We would rather just tell you ourselves, like, because
you're all nosy.
you're nosy.
There's no hot gossip. No one cheated on anybody.
Nobody
There's
hates each other.
No.
I'm not changing my last name. We're not splitting up the holidays. Like, you don't have to decide which one of us to invite to a barbecue.
If there's food, we're both going to be there.
So we have a big announcement.
That was awesome. Boy, you hit on some massive things. So, I mean, especially it's uncomfortable for friends when people get divorced.
yeah.
I went through mine. I lost friends. The other one did.
Yeah.
It's sad and it shouldn't be that way.
And what I realized was the first couple people that I told went to like instant sad face. So
Yes.
And I was trying to be like, no, like this is, we've never been happier.
Yes.
We've never gotten along better. Like this is, I don't want to say it's good news, but it's what we needed. And we finally, got to that point. And it's like, I feel like we just finished a marathon.
Yeah.
But I didn't want all the sad faces every time I told people.
So when you say, I mean, I mean, the amount of questions behind people's. I went through the same thing, by the way, but mine was on a different level. I wasn't married, but the thing about it is. Do you have a romantic relationship? Because you said 10 years, would you like to have a romantic relationship? If you meet someone, can you bring them to your house?
No.
I mean, these are the questions that your TikTokers are going to ask you.
So I will answer as much as I can.
Okay.
But I'm not going to go like too personal, but I will kind of tell people some of the things that we
You can write a book. I mean, you should start journaling some of this stuff.
To?
No, I'm not playing. This is because someone in this room just said this is today's society.
Yeah.
This is not 1971 anymore. This is different.
We made a rule that absolutely nothing happens under the roof of our house.
Okay.
And so we are both free to date people, and it is on a don't ask, don't tell policy. And what that means is that
good.
What that means is that
don't ask, don't tell.
Is that he can go out and he has a really active social life and he can go on dates and stuff, but I don't need to hear about it unless it's serious. Okay. If this is someone that he's going to bring into our kids' lives, then I need to meet her first.
Gotcha.
And so that's why it's like don't ask, don't tell. I know when he goes out that he's being social and on dates. So we can both date. I'm not going to, but
You don't know. You might meet someone at a Cardinal game.
You can't say that.
Yeah, you can't say that.
Like literally, like I barely talk.
What if you're at a Cardinal game and you're having a cocktail and some Dexter St. Jock walks up to you and he goes, "Kelly, how are you doing? It's nice." And you go, "Oh my God, how are you doing?"
Rob Van Winkle texts you.
Rob Winkle,
hey,
yes.
I heard that you're single now.
And then no, see, you gotta.
Then you're suppressing stuff.
So one, Vanilla Ice is not my type.
Vanilla Ice.
He doesn't have a beard or drive a truck.
Yeah.
No. There we go.
Okay, so it's got to be a beard and a truck. So she's got
Gotcha.
Number two, I mean this so sincerely. I know a lot of women are like, I don't need no man.
Yeah.
I absolutely can do everything in my life required on my own without the help of anyone.
Yeah, we're going to prove that in a little bit.
I can take out my own trash. I can mow my own lawn.
Yes.
I can raise my own kids. I make my own money.
You certainly raped your own money.
And I don't have any need for a man in my life right now. And honestly, I'm the busiest person I know. And I don't like to go out. I don't like to be out on like Friday and Saturday night. So unless someone unless God drops someone in my living room on like a Friday night and he's like, "Hey, can I make Taylor Swift bracelets with you while we watch a murder show?" Sure.
There you go.
Comes right through the roof.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting dressed up. I'm not going to the balloon glow. I'm whatever's
the balloon glow.
Like, I just don't care. I'm such a homebody that, and it honestly, it would be too much change for my kids for them to see me dating anybody.
Yeah.
So,
and your kids seem to be extremely understanding of what's going on because we've talked about you, we've talked about Jim. What about your kids?
All that kids want in their life is for their mom and dad to get along. Anyone who says divorce traumatizes kids has never lived in a house where the parents stayed married and hated each other.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Preach.
Okay? And to anyone say, "Oh, you gave up on you broke your marriage vows," okay, I know a lot of married people out there breaking their marriage vows right and left, while they're still married.
That's true. That's true.
So all my kids care about is that mom and dad are happy. And we're so happy right now. And they see us, for them, really nothing has changed.
Yeah.
Something will change. Jimmy will eventually move out. I think he'll meet somebody and he'll move out. Yeah. I don't want him to live more than 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
And this house is always his house.
Yeah.
This is where his family and his kids are. Right. So I'm like, go get me a sister wife, honey. Make sure she can cook.
Make sure she can cook.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's
oh my gosh.
Thing.
I mean, percentage. So you have this TikTok thing or whatever social media. First of all, let me just say this. And this is what every woman worries about. Have you changed your Facebook status?
No, I just made the video. That's
it.
Why.
So it still says married on your Facebook status.
Oh, you know what? I don't even know.
But people care about that. I'm telling you, women care about that stuff.
Oh, they do. Women will
Vic.
look. First thing they'll be like, okay, that Vic Faust, is he married? That Eric, is he married?
Yeah.
And they will look to see if you have it. And if it says it's complicated, you're fair game.
I have no
It's
idea.
the truth.
It's
She's
the
preaching
truth.
over
Fair
there.
game.
I don't
That's
know
true.
what it says, but yeah, we wanted to stop the thing where the wife changes her profile picture to like
Yeah.
a weird quote and then
A weird quote.
right,
Yeah.
and then it's like her first and middle name,
So close to the
it's so
bone
true.
right now.
Yes, yes,
and then
yes,
the
yes.
The
dad.
mysterious Facebook quotes.
Yes.
Then the
Yes.
dad,
Yes.
the dad changes his picture to a picture of him and the kids,
Yes.
and it's like that is the social media recipe for divorce.
You're right.
So we
Yeah.
just wanted to get out there and go, hey,
Yeah.
we're getting divorced. You know, you guys can talk about it all you want, but
Yeah.
we're talking about it too. So don't believe anything you hear unless it comes from us.
Has there been any just crazies going, I can't believe you're doing this? What about the kids? Any nuts that you're like, that you have to kind of respond to?
So everybody that is in our close life, like our close friends and family, the first thing that they said was, if anyone can do this, it's you two.
Yeah.
We've been so supportive, or we've been so supported by friends and family. I mean, the only people who have negative things to say are strangers on the internet.
Well, that's who I mean. I mean, of
Yeah.
the
Oh,
millions
Strangers
and
on the
millions and
internet.
millions
No, that's
that you don't know. And I
that's
mean, I guess
cancel culture. Keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
keyboard warriors.
Yes,
When
keyboard
somebody
warriors.
on the internet says something bad about me,
Yeah.
it does not even move my give a shit meter.
Yeah.
Like I don't, not even a little bit.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I don't want
Yeah.
to. I have hateful comments all the time.
Hmm.
So no, I just don't care.
Yeah.
I just
Mhm.
don't care.
I think a lot of our generation
Our
is
generation.
doing that now. It's like, I think that there's a freedom that comes with where we're at in life.
Oh my God, there
that
is.
we don't want to see a court. We don't want to really get
No,
pissed off at
no.
somebody. It's like you have to almost manufacture being mad at the person
Mhm,
you're divorcing. And it's like, actually, let's just go have a burger and just kind of move into other rooms. And you did it exactly right. I think.
The key. So, and I don't expect everybody to understand it.
Right.
But they don't have to understand it. It's not their life.
Yeah.
But in our situation, why it worked so good is because we both wanted the exact same thing.
Mhm.
It wasn't one person wanted
Yeah.
it and one person wanted to work it out.
Yeah.
It wasn't this and that. We sat down and said, oh my God, we want the same thing. We don't
Yeah.
want to be married anymore, but we want to stay best friends. We don't want to live far apart. We don't want to split the holidays. I don't want to take his money. I don't want to
Yeah.
That sucks because I can tell you this much. I never, ever wanted to not go a day without seeing my kids.
Right.
Oh,
And I spend weeks where I don't get to see one of them now and I was like, oh my God, that was even worse than Cheaper to Keep Her, which is what I joked about earlier. It's cheaper to keep her. You upstairs, I'll be downstairs.
yeah, it's
But you
cheaper to
missed
keep her.
oh hell yes. And I've learned that the hard way. But I did see that one coming. Is that you don't get to see your kids and you guys have that relationship where you can
Mhm.
see them all together. So
I
God
will
bless you
s-
guys from that standpoint.
I will say that it's easier with us because our kids are teenagers. I could see myself, if my kids were little, I could see myself staying in a really bad situation because I could never not see them.
Yeah.
Never not see
Yeah.
them. And then the back and forth and the holidays. And so
Yeah, it
this
was a pain in the ass.
Mhm.
this was just a combination of two grown ass adults who, understand like we're not done raising these kids. We're not
Mhm.
done doing what we said we're going to do.
Mhm.
And my youngest is already 13 now. So I think in like 3 or 4 years, my life is going to look a lot different. And I
Sure.
probably will have somebody that I can spend the second half of my life with. But, for right now, he's in the bedroom next door, it's
Yeah.
Mhm. Bedroom
And
next
Eric,
door.
Eric, I'm not kidding. When Kelly says she can do everything,
everything.
she can do everything. Check out this picture. Kelly, not only are you substitute teaching, not only are you taking the kids everywhere, not only do you have this super incredible social media career going on, what in the hell happened with this picture? Where did you get this? What is this? It's a 50-foot basket. What the hell are you doing with that?
I rented an industrial 50-foot bucket lift because
I knew it. That's amazing.
There was a part of my roof that blew off. And It was
Yes.
like hanging on by a thread. Oh yeah, there
Oh,
I am.
there it is.
That's me up in the bucket lift. So
You're on the roof?
Wait a minute.
I'm in the bucket up there.
Can you make that bigger? I need to see that more.
Joe's trying.
How high is that roof?
This stuff.
It's just 2-story, but like it went up 50 feet. And so there was this thing broken on my roof. And I was like, you know what? Why am I going to pay a dude to come out and fix this when I could fix it myself? I just got to figure out a way to get up there.
Yes.
And then somebody was like, hey, Kelly, you can just rent those things. And I'm like, what? And I was born with that gene of like, well, how hard can it be?
Right.
And so I rented this bucket lift. It was only $300. Okay.
Oh my God.
I was
not me, man. I'm not getting in it.
Did they bring it to you?
No, I had to go get it on a trailer. They can deliver it. It's more expensive. I got like a 30-second lesson on what button does what from like a dude named Fred with 2 teeth. And then I just did it. I did my roof. I trimmed all my trees. I cleaned the windows. I just rode around in that bucket lift all day long.
Wait a minute. Is this just you by yourself?
Yes. Well, so apparently I was supposed to have a spotter.
You're supposed to have a spotter.
I don't need a spotter.
If something goes wrong, you fall down, you hurt yourself.
Funny thing is, I did get stuck one time because, and I had left my phone down on the ground because it was charging and I had on my headphones. And when you're in that thing, the way it turns, it's kind of like a puzzle. And I had turned it some way that I could not get back down. And I'm like, dude, I am stuck up here. So I took my bucket and I craned over to my daughter's window on the second floor and I knocked on her window and I said, hey, mom is stuck. Can you go get our neighbor, Lisa, and have her come help me? And so she went and got Lisa and Lisa came out and she guided me down and we figured it out. So I only needed somebody one time.
That's
That's impressive. I'm very impressed.
So do you want one of those to put in your garage or is it just $300? I'll go get another one.
I miss that bucket lift every day. Like there was so much power that came with that bucket lift. I could do anything.
You can get a bucket truck.
Yeah.
And drive it around.
So I could, but I didn't want to go in my landscaping. So
see,
good point.
So, but now that I know, like I might F around and run a bulldozer next week.
And augers next.
Like it just goes to show you, like, again, I was born with that gene of like, how hard can it be? Same thing when I took a 38-foot motorhome to the Pocono Mountains to see Vanilla Ice. All these guys in my life were like, you can't just rent a 30-foot motorhome and know how to drive it and go 20. Okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
You know, how hard can it be when people are like, you can't do this bucket lift thing? I'm like, well, how much training do you think they have?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Right. Yeah.
Honestly. They like, how hard can it be? If somebody can explain to a dude how to do it, I can.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
that is a good
There
point.
is not a single, besides physical strength, because men are biologically stronger than us. Besides that, there is not a damn thing in this world that a man could do that I couldn't do myself. Not a damn thing.
That's true.
Not
That
a
is
damn
true.
thing. Like if I'm hanging over the edge of a cliff and someone holding on to me, I want it to be a guy.
Yeah.
Right? They're stronger.
Right.
But aside from that, I have no use for men in my life.
No use for men.
See,
there we go.
I moved to Seattle. And in Seattle, the big thing was, who can I hire to do this? No matter what it was. That was it. I mean, nobody did it. People moved to Seattle. They didn't do anything. They just paid handymen to do everything. So I know how to do nothing.
And that's how my husband was. And Jimmy is incredibly smart. Horrible at being handy around the house.
Yeah.
I mean, even the smallest thing, and he doesn't enjoy learning how to do things.
Yeah.
He wants to hire somebody to fix it. I'm the opposite. And so now I'm making my own decisions, even though we live in the same house. You know, we are completely separated.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't need permission to use family money to rent a bucket lift. Again, there's like a freedom that comes with it. It's like, woohoo. Like I'm so excited to be by myself right now.
Well, what else? Where does it stop? A bucket lift today. What's tomorrow? Do you want to like maybe a parachute? Or what do you want to do?
Oh, I've jumped out of plenty of planes.
Well,
I just jumped out of one.
What's something else that you would want to go rent right now that you're like, I'm just going to go try this sucker
I
out?
feel like a monster truck. Like
rent like Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Well,
so
Larson,
you know, because I was talking about this. You're a small little package.
Yes.
You're a cute pint. I mean, you are. And you like all these big, strong trucks and construction vehicles.
Yep.
And
who doesn't?
Yep.
men with beards. And
I drove this big lifted Ford F-150 for years. It was my favorite thing in the whole world. Had to get rid of it during COVID for financial reasons. And like, that's the one thing I still haven't taken back in my life is getting that truck back or getting a truck back. So that's my goal next year is to get a truck. And I might just get Bigfoot. I might find like a retired monster truck.
What?
You should. It should be big, and your license plate should say "Mother Trucker."
Well,
That's what it should
my
say.
license plates said Thug Life from
Oh,
Tupac.
Wait a minute. Don't they have like a 650
Thug Life?
thugs?
Love it.
Thug.
you had Thug Life?
Yes, actually, the Thug Life license plates were on my minivan.
Oh my gosh, that's the best.
So when I got my minivan, I was like, oh, this is like the end for me because I never wanted a minivan, and I was like, I should get Thug Life license plates. And I think I had taken like half an Ambien one night, and I was like, oh, this is a great idea, and I ordered them, and then they came in, and I was like, oh, honey,
Your thug lives are in.
Thug Life. That's
I'm
awesome.
sitting in the carpool with Thug Life on my license. Perfect.
That's perfect.
But
perfect.
you know,
in a minivan, that's the best.
But
Right.
Kelly, you've had a lot of changes going on, and you're very out there about them, which is fantastic. And one of the things that I saw, and I wanted to show this video because you put it out there for everybody. And
oh God,
but you've had a transformation, but you had to commit to it, and you have. And we're just going to let everybody hear what you had to say about this.
I am in my mid 40s, and I swear to God, I have never in my life seen an ab muscle on my body. You know, I do the fittest 28-minute workouts. I have their like bundle of resistance bands, and I wrap it around here, just twist, and you're just pulling that band.
That's my.
And I do this on each side. Usually I'm a little bit further away, but I don't want to get out of the frame. Alternate toe touches. And it's just literally those.
And again, I get to listen to my filthy.
I didn't think I
rap
could
music
hate anything more than burpees, but I found something. It's called plank jacks. I'll make sure my butt's not hanging out.
Those are
And I
kind of hard.
started those by walking them out.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't do the jump. If you are interested in having ab muscle, check out the link in my bio and the 28-minute workouts that I've been doing with Fittest. Use my code. You get a discount.
You
Do you still do those?
amazing.
Yeah, every morning. That's my garage prison where I just go out and I listen to filthy rap music and I, work out. And then I don't feel like a piece of crap the rest of the day. I feel like if I don't work out, then like when I go to bed at night, I'm like, you're so lazy. Like you didn't do anything today. But it's like if I work out, then I know I did something.
That's good.
So you're a proponent for the endorphins that you get that everyone talks about.
Right. And a couple people were like, oh, now we know why you lost weight because you were getting divorced.
I know. I guarantee it.
No, but look, trust me, it crossed my mind that some poor dude might have to see me naked again one day. And that may have had something to do with it. But the working out for the divorce that I was going through was 100% mental.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm going to be facing this big life change. And if I am not mentally prepared and like getting emotion out when I'm exercising and just getting my brain in a good headspace, like you could spiral down really fast.
Yeah.
So my purpose of starting to work out was just to get in a better mental health place.
Love it.
To take on the divorce.
How long is your workout every day?
Oh, like 30 minutes or less.
What time does it start? 6?
You gonna come watch?
Yeah, I
No,
know.
I'm wait a minute, because I cannot figure out if I want to work out in the morning or in the evening. There's something to be said about both.
So I'm not a morning person at all. But I don't get up till later. So I work out about like 8:30 or 9 a.m.
8:30 or 9 a.m. Okay.
Yeah.
Kelly, I'm curious though, from the start of when you had this commitment to now, how much weight have you lost since you wanted to?
So I've lost 25 pounds. I got 5 more to go.
Wow.
Congratulations. You look
That's
amazing.
wonderful.
That's
She does.
awesome.
You're so adorable. You're so cute.
Well, what's funny is I had gone to this weight loss coach back in like March or April, really super famous, respected person in the weight loss community. And I said, I weigh 180 pounds. I want to get down to 150. And he's like, no. He's like, you need to weigh 135. And I was like, why do I need to weigh 135? And he's like, that's a healthy body weight for you, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, he just wasn't listening to what I was saying, that at 150, I'm still very much going to be chubby.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love being chubby. I love eating pizza on Friday nights.
Yeah.
I love eating birthday cake at my kids' birthdays. Like
Yeah.
I was always a happy eater. Like, oh, it's the Super Bowl. Let's have wings, you know? And so I don't ever want to lose that. And honestly, people who are extremely fit, I feel are a little bit like unrelatable. And it's,
Vic.
and it's my,
yeah, Vic.
Am I? Thank you. Thanks for thinking I'm funny.
and I make a living being relatable, but like no part of my life ever wants to be like ripped and like strict on my diet. I just wanted to get strong again and feel better. And that's what I'm doing at 150. And I love the weights. Like that's like my favorite thing is just.
Yeah. Metabolic, what is it called? But you might want to run a 5K one year.
Oh no, I don't run.
No.
No
but
running.
it may naturally happen because your endorphins take over and you love feeling healthy. You know what? You hit your goal, and you know what? You can still do and be a happy eater because I am.
Yeah.
I'm a happy eater. I'm a depressed eater.
Okay.
But you may even drop more weight, not even trying to.
Yeah, because endorphins are addictive.
Yeah,
man.
they are.
And jogging, running, you can't get any more endorphins than that. Let me ask you this, just because do you get like offers from Botox companies, Wing Haven Spa? I mean, that's the only one I can think of. Do they just come out of the woodwork saying, "Man, I know you might not be interested, but would you be interested in taking some free Botox and then kind of just your experience?"
Yeah, I've been offered Botox probably 20 times.
Do you like that idea or no?
I've never done it.
You don't need it, by the way.
I was gonna say,
no, you don't.
Right.
No, but nobody needs it.
Right.
But,
Nobody does need it.
Right.
I mean, I don't care. I'm honestly just really confident in who I am and how old I am and what I'm doing with my life.
But I can see a lot of companies coming after you saying, and as a marketing company, I own a marketing company, just saying, I can offer you all this stuff. Just take the pick of the ones that you want to use.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in that or no?
Not unless you're paying me.
Well, that's the thing.
No,
I don't think that these companies would have a problem paying you and giving you free stuff now.
And they do pay her for this stuff that she believes in, that she'll promote.
Right. So I have a management team, and they, but I don't work for just trade anymore at all. Like it has to be like a salary. This is how I make my living. So if you want me to use your product or do whatever, like you have to pay me. So
do you think that there's an oversaturation in doing that kind of a thing?
There is, and that's why I won't do more than like 1 or 2 a month.
Interesting.
I'm so backed up right now in my ads that like I have to tell my manager, I'm like, hey, we got to pump the brakes because I'm just getting too much stuff. And then you don't have time to make the fun content.
Yeah, we have that same problem here at Cancel This.
Do you?
We have a cornhole.
We can't wait.
We have to run out and play cornhole.
We have trade for cornhole games.
We have cornhole.
Yeah. So I get interesting offers all the time, and I've turned down a lot of offers. I think I've even talked about it before that I don't drink.
What's the biggest one? Like, if has a Ford company come up to you and say, "Hey, would you be interested in driving this new?"
Like, how much money was the big
money and like, wow, that's kind of impressive. A brand new car and $100,000 a year.
All of the big brands, like every big brand has used me because right now that's we're getting ready to talk about.
Here we go. Let's just do it now. Talk about it.
Okay.
Talk about it right now.
So I got an email on my phone. It popped up the other day. And I could just see the headline. And when I get an offer from my management team, it says like offer for Kelly Manno from Big Lots or whatever. And this said offer for Kelly Manno from Kiss. And I read the headline and I was like, oh, that's the fingernail company. Because there's a line of impressed nails called Kiss Nails. I'm like, oh, that'd be a great combo. I already use their fake fingernails. That's perfect. So I didn't even open the email and just like went about my day. And then my manager texted me and he's like, have you not opened your email yet? And I'm like, no, why? He's like, I think you need to go open it. I'm like, all right. I go open it and it's not Kiss fingernails. It's Kiss the band.
That's so
and not
awesome.
Mini Kiss, as I said earlier.
No, not Mini Kiss. And
there's a lot of them out there right now. Make sure it's the real one.
They want to partner with me to promote their upcoming tour.
Yes, that is awesome.
That.
And I'm going to get to meet the band. I get pit tickets. I get they gave me this list of things I get to do because I guess to like make content. Like I get to try on their boots.
What?
Yeah. It's like a list of things. I get to hold some like cracked mirror guitar or something.
Wait a minute. You got to know what the cracked mirror guitar is.
I will learn before the
It's
show.
an Ibanez Iceman. Okay. It's Paul Stanley's guitar. It became famous in 1980.
Yeah.
There you go. Eric knows.
Come on, man. I'll manage you on this one.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, it honestly, at first I was like, why?
This is amazing.
It is amazing.
So much.
Why would Kiss need me to promote their tour? They're Kiss.
Because they're smart.
You think about it. You can be the biggest act on the planet. You have to tell people you're coming. Like you have to promote your tour. And why would you throw out this big net in radio and television and hope that you catch the right demographic when you have somebody like me who has a bullseye on your demographic? So again, it's changing. It is a great time to be a social media content creator because the work is being just thrown at us.
So are you going to go talk to Kiss in New York, I think?
No, they're coming to St. Louis.
They're going to be here in October, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? So you get to, so basically they're going to give you the talking points of what the Kiss concert is. Here's how to order tickets, that kind of a thing.
Yeah. So they pay me, and then they give me what's called a brief. But in most cases, they let me do whatever I want.
You know what you should do? Go fly to a different city and get an interview with them.
I don't fly.
No, she's a walk.
That's right. She can take.
I don't really need an interview with them. I'm already going to be like backstage and get like pictures with them and stuff like that. I'm just going to enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
And I'm taking my
That's cool.
ex-husband. If that does not give me ex-wife of the year
Woo,
award,
that's perfect.
you know,
Oh my God. Ex-wife award of the
Yes,
year. You could
year.
actually do a legitimate award
Yes.
with
And you'd win
ex-wife of the
hands
year.
down. Yes.
The Kelly Manno.
Yes. Uh-huh.
yeah.
That's
So,
fantastic.
how much content are you going to be pumping for them?
So I only have to make one video.
What?
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Do you have to say
I-
which one's your favorite or used to be your favorite?
Ace Frehley, of course. But go ahead.
I dressed up as him for Halloween. I remember that. I'm kind of scared because so God made me fearless. Like he really did. I'm scared of almost nothing besides monsters. Like I can't do people in makeup like at like haunted
Yeah.
houses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the night they booked me, I was laying in bed and I was like, I think I'm going to be kind of scared of Gene Simmons. Like, is that okay?
You could be. He's like,
Stay away from that
Super
tongue.
tall.
Just stay away from
Don't
that
let him
tongue.
lick you or
Yeah.
anything.
It'll come right around.
as a
your
matter of
neck.
fact, you know what would go viral is you standing next to Gene Simmons as he has his boots on.
Right.
Yeah.
And it would look, I mean,
That'd be a
the
great
disparity
picture.
would be
Joe, did you see the
insane.
picture?
I
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, that would be a great picture.
It would be.
And it would be daunting. That picture would be great. And you're looking at him and you used to watch him. I mean, this is just amazing
Yeah.
to me.
Were you into Kiss back in the 70s, like Kiss Alive 1?
so I'm really young
Mhm.
for Gen X.
Mhm.
So Kiss was a little bit before my time, but
Yeah.
they're legends. So of course I knew who they were.
Yeah.
You know, my dad was what I call a Keishi dad.
Yeah.
So growing up
Mhm.
in Gen X, your dad always had Keishi on
Yeah.
in
Yep.
the garage, in the
Mhm.
car, everywhere. So that's why to this day I know about Skinnerd and Steppenwolf and Kiss.
Yeah.
So while I didn't grow up a great giant fan of them,
Yeah.
like God, they're legends.
Yeah.
I
Could
mean,
you imagine yourself in that
Mhm.
picture right there?
That's what's going to be. That's exactly
I
what's going to happen.
love
Okay, so
that.
that is old school right there, I believe. Let me
He's
take a
so
look at this.
scary
Let me take a
Yes,
look.
Yeah.
that is.
Oh
old
yeah,
school.
no, that's the new guys. I'm sorry, that's the new tour or the new band, I should say. But they look very similar to the old band. I must say
They just look very scary.
they do, but they're not.
I don't like monsters.
They're not.
Have you ever seen Simmons without his makeup
Yes,
on?
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Oh,
he
you're
doesn't
talking to
look
her.
at all. Yes, Eric, have you seen? We know
Sorry.
you have. Because he looks so different. And I heard he's actually nice. He's just
Everyone told me that. He's so nice.
yes.
Like if
Are
he
they-
looks at me wrong, I'm gonna cry.
Well,
because-
Yeah.
Yeah, Gene went through
scary.
a period where he was very conservative, very,
Yeah, very.
right wing, and he got in a
Yes.
little bit of trouble for that, so he had to kind of back
Would
down.
you-
Yeah, you don't hear about that
No.
Is
anymore.
this, and I don't know if you can talk about it, would you get a 5-figure amount for doing this?
no, not 5 figures.
Okay.
She gets to meet the band, Vic. Sometimes there's more to life than money.
No, it's 4 figures, but it's again, it's the opportunity, you know.
Hell
and,
yes. I
That's
know. I was just
wonderful.
wondering.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
And Jimmy, you know, he plays guitar, and like Kiss is one of the reasons he got into it. So
Yes.
he gets to do all this stuff too, and he's just like so excited.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
It would be like if he got tickets to the Spice Girls right after we divorced and he didn't take me. You know?
and he would be the
Well,
bad.
did you have a
ex-husband of the
favorite
year.
Spice Girl?
Yeah, sporty.
Oh, Jerry.
Oh,
Ginger Spice.
Ginger.
because
Ginger.
She's the alpha female.
Yeah.
You know, so I've always, you know,
Well,
that's
Here's some
my
good news for you. NSYNC's getting back together. Does
yeah,
that
but I
count?
was a Backstreet Boy girl.
Ah, boy.
Oh yeah, so
And
she
there's a
can't be into
difference.
that.
Yikes.
Yeah.
But this with Justin Timberlake.
You know, he's fine, but like, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not
He
as
ain't
excited.
no Gene Simmons.
We'll be doing some Backstreet Boys tonight for you.
Yes.
In Lower Arnold,
Yeah. So
Laura Arnold.
yeah, but it's just interesting.
LA.
No,
Of course.
my life is crazy. If you'd have told me when I woke up that day that when I went to bed that I was going to be working with the band Kiss to
Yeah.
promote their tour.
Yeah.
it's-
Well,
You
the sky's
realize
the limit.
This is, but you've been,
The sky's the limit.
but you've promoted, you've worked, you talked Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
You've also hung out with, who was the other rappers?
I don't. Well, so there.
You've hung out with so many
I've
musical
met
celebrities.
so many celebrities, and just I'm not impressed by anyone. It doesn't intimidate me. It doesn't anything. But I think that meeting Gene will be because he's like larger than life. The
Mhm,
only celebrity I've ever really been intimidated by was when I met Hulk Hogan because I was
Oh,
like,
makes sense.
oh my god, like you're
Well, it's-
real.
It's physical
Mhm.
size plus
It's
that.
physical size and
Yeah.
it's his voice
Yeah.
and how calm he is.
Yeah.
And I was just in awe of him because these people who are not just people but become like characters of their life.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So meeting Hulk Hogan is the only thing that like kind of knocked me off my socks. And I've met celebrities way bigger than him, but it was just an
Yeah, but there's 12-year-old girls now that will see you and think the same
They
thing.
do.
They
aw.
will. They will. They absolutely
Well, that's pretty
will.
cool to think about. But
That's
I
how it's changed.
you know,
And another thing that I keep thinking of when You could literally go to Lindenwood College right now
Mhm.
and teach, like what he said, communications.
You always
Because like you just said, you'll throw a net over TV and radio and
Right.
get nothing. And all of a sudden this targeted marketed that
Mhm.
you're doing, you are the new face of communications. You could be the dean at Lindenwood College if you wanted to.
Listen, you
The dean of
always-
communications.
You always have these jobs for me.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to
I
work.
am trying to be part of your management squad. That's all.
People look at me and they see dollar signs. They're like, Kelly,
You're sorry.
I got an offer for you.
That sucks.
I got an offer for you. And I'm like, I'm lazy.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing anything
Yeah.
more than I have to do.
I'm trying to make money for you.
right? Yeah.
That's legit.
I think it's just
I want to get you a
fun.
sponsor if you come in.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's just
By the
fun.
way, when Kelly comes in, if anybody wants to advertise her segment, she's not saying this. I am.
Mhm.
She's coming in on her own accord. So let me know. Vic at canceltheshow.com.
Yeah. I mean, pretty soon I should just get like some like company's tattoo on my forehead and
You
like,
should. You should.
What company would you
But
put
yeah.
on your forehead?
oh,
You only can do it once, so be
Just
very careful
one
which one you
company.
choose. Guitar Center here.
Somebody you don't have now. Who would you want to
Yes.
a celebrity
No,
No,
a
a
company that
company.
would endorse you of any
One
company.
company.
like Ford.
Would it be Ford?
Really?
Truck?
The
Big,
Ford
big
truck.
Ford
Ford
truck.
F-150.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
Ford truck.
I
Yeah.
want to get like my dream car is like a Bronco, but like an old Bronco.
Oh yeah.
That's
So I would
fabulous.
love to like get an old Bronco, and I want like the velvet seats. I don't want
Mhm. Bucket
Bluetooth-
seats.
Yeah,
Ford, listen.
Mhm.
Listen
I don't
up.
want Bluetooth anything. I don't want.
Yeah.
I'd love a CD
Agreed.
player in there.
Agreed.
Mhm.
You want it to be white?
That's
Love it.
Well, see, I
Yeah.
was thinking this earlier too. You're redoing this whole bedroom, right?
Mhm.
There's got to be a massive company that could come in and work
Marshalls.
with you that you promote to redo your entire bedroom.
I know, but I like to do things myself.
Yeah, why does she have to do
with help? No, to take care of it. Do you like to pay for everything yourself?
Like I just go to Home Depot and buy everything.
I know,
like
but
I've
this
done
way
it all.
they do it. They bring it in, just like the ABC show Home Makeover.
But she likes bucket truck. She is not going to
She's
let an
gonna bring
interior
a bucket
designer
truck in her
bed.
living room.
Again,
redoing that bedroom.
I don't need anyone to do anything for me. I like doing things myself. Like it's fun for me to do things by myself. Like
I was just talking about getting it paid. That's all.
Your nails are on point. Did
Thank
you
you.
do those?
No, this is a gel manicure. It matches my
It's
feet, by the way. We
I know those nails look so.
Yeah.
I know it
fun.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, no, here's the thing. I enjoy doing things by myself. Like I came out of the womb an alpha female. I've been like this my entire life.
Yeah.
So for me to paint an entire room, to put up curtains, to use my pink drill and every, that's fun for me. I
Your
enjoy
50-foot basket.
50-foot bucket lift.
Love it.
I miss that bucket lift. And now I drive
Mhm.
by him on the highway. I'm like, I could drive that thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I could jump in that right now
Yeah.
and operate the whole thing. And I remember thinking, like, how long do they train dudes for this?
Well, it's an
Well,
OSHA
that's
thing.
a job you
It's
can have a
OSHA.
sponsor. A bucket.
And I figured it out.
Yeah.
I figured it out in 3 minutes and made a TikTok on it.
Yeah.
Like I made a TikTok up in the 50-foot bucket lift. Like,
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yes.
and I'm like, these guys, so men like to act like things are so complicated, right?
Hold
They-
on.
No, they do. Because here's what happens. When Vic says you should hire somebody to come do that, here's what happens. Guy comes to my house and goes, well, I had to do a full system shutdown and reboot, but I think I got it
I think
up
you're
and
right.
running. And I say, oh, so you turned it off and back on. Great, thanks.
Full system reboot. Yes, it's the words you use. They're parsing the words.
Men
Yep.
like to make everything sound so complicated and intimidate women to think that they
Yeah.
can't do those
I
things.
think you're right.
Yeah, no,
I think you're right.
I can see right through their bullshit like so quickly. And
Yeah.
so
What about car stuff?
I love cars.
I know. What about car stuff? You get that check engine light. Would you do that by yourself, or would
Oh,
you say,
yeah.
I'm going
So-
to the mechanic?
Anything. Eric.
So
Jeez.
when I got my license, my dad taught me how to change my own oil. Like
Mhm.
not just check it, but I could change my
gotcha.
whole entire oil in my little Saturn.
Mhm.
And it's just to the point now where I don't have the time, and stuff like that. And I don't, it's also not really safe putting your car up on a ramp. I feel like I'd
Yes.
screw something up,
Yeah. Mhm.
and it's cheap and it's easy. But anything else, yeah, like when I had my truck, I did all kinds of like little modifications to it.
Yeah.
So I love doing like what's technically known as boy stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my whole life.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm down, man.
How can
Yeah.
everybody get? We're just reminding everybody. How can everybody find you? You're Kelly. It's basic
Just at Kelly Manno.
on everything.
Yep.
At the Kelly Man.
TikTok,
The-
Instagram.
TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook are the big ones. But I do have one quick story if you guys have time.
Of
Of
No,
course
sweet.
we do.
So when I was growing up, I got a job at a grocery store in Granite City called Farm Fresh. And when I got there, the first week of the job, they're like, okay, here's this and this, here's the girl's job and here's the boy's job. At the end of the day, the girls mop and the boys unload this milk truck. And I was so offended, 16-year-old Kelly went home and I'm like, why can't I unload the milk truck? And so the next day I go into my boss and I ask for a meeting and I'm like, I would really like to be able to unload the milk truck. I don't think it's fair that I would like to do both jobs. And they're like, well, if you really want to unload the milk truck, then that's fine. You can,
Yeah.
And I was so proud of myself. And then the milk truck comes. And so we got these dollies and me and the other two guys are like going up and down to get them out. And I go up to get my first stack. And these are glass bottles of milk. And there's 6 to a crate and there's 6 crates on top of it. So it's 36 glass bottles of milk.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how heavy that is.
Yep.
So I get up to the top of the ramp and I stick my dolly under there and I leaned it back. And the minute I leaned that dolly back, I thought, oh God, I made a big mistake. Like the leverage that thing had on me because it was twice my size.
Yeah.
And I made it about 2 steps down that ramp and the whole thing came crashing down.
No.
Milk and glass, 36 bottles of milk everywhere.
Yeah.
And my boss came out and was like, you gonna mop now? And I'm like, yep.
You gotta mop
So what's
now.
the moral of that story? Is it just don't bite off too much that you?
No, I would.
She would attack
try that.
anything.
I would try that again
Try it again.
500 times and fail
Right.
rather than not do it. And there's a guy at Home Depot that I want to punch in the face every time I'm there. 3 years ago, I was buying a chainsaw and I was checking out. He said,
Uh-oh.
well, I hope you have somebody at home to help you
Oh
with
boy.
this.
Oh
Look,
boy.
did he call you little lady?
No, he just said, I hope you have somebody at home to help you with this. And I'm like, I don't need anyone to help me with this.
Yeah.
And then I got home and I couldn't start it because it was gas powered and my
Yeah.
arms are just not long enough. Like
You need double arms
No,
to pull it.
I
The
have
cord.
T-Rex and I'm stepping on that son of a bitch. I'm ripping it. So number one, he was right. Number two,
Mhm.
every time I see him in Home Depot, I'm like, that's the guy who told me I couldn't use a chainsaw.
And I still
You'll never
can't-
forget that.
I
Never.
still can't.
But I just needed him to start it for me.
Yeah.
That's it. Just to start it.
So I will never regret doing something and failing
Yeah.
than just hunkering down and not trying.
We
it.
actually
love
have a
it.
viewer that said that they worked at Farm Fresh as well at the age of 16.
Wow, really?
I love that.
That's kind of where everybody gets the jobs. And, in Illinois, Farm Fresh is the place to work. If I ever win the lotto, I owe them so much money for cigarettes because it's like when you're like a teenager and you're at work and it's a Friday night and you're going out, you're like, I'll take a box of Marlboro Lights here, a box of Marlboro
Yeah.
Lights there.
Yeah.
And like, I was never really a thief, but it was just something that all the kids did. And I've
Mhm.
always said, if I ever win the lotto, I'm going to walk in Farm Fresh and be like, here's $10,000 because I stole a lot of cigarettes.
Yeah.
That would
But
be a
they
great
would just-
viral video.
I would love to see a video
Yeah.
of you doing that. That would be hysterical.
Yeah.
Um,
Great.
So what do you got going on this weekend?
Good question. Let me look. You know what? People always ask me like what I'm doing. And
We know what you do. I didn't know if you had anything with
Just,
the kids. Friday
um,
nights, if you can and you're open, you're watching a crime movie.
that or it's football season and I love Hall football and my girls are cheerleaders and it's pretty much almost hockey season. So that's kind of like what I live for is,
Yeah.
when fall gets here and everybody's like pumpkin spice, I'm like NHL. So
A sports mom is the best. That's how
Right.
I spend my Friday nights.
and both of
too.
my girls play hockey. So between hockey, like being at hockey rinks and watching it,
love it.
so yeah, lots of football, sports, and cheer is pretty much all I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Hal lost last week football to Luther.
They were a good team.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Were you at the game?
Uh-huh.
Damn, you know what? I came for a little bit.
You did? Did you see the helicopter?
No, I
So-
got there in the second half.
So Howell does everything very extravagant, right?
Mhm.
We have a first responders night.
I love it.
And they raise money for first responders and they deliver the game ball by a helicopter. They land a helicopter on the field and deliver the game ball.
Wow. How do they do that with all that tire stuff in the turf?
I don't know. I mean, they
blowing
do it
all over
every
the place.
year. They do
Yeah.
it every year. They land a helicopter on the field.
Nice.
It's so cool. So I go to all the Howell football games. I'm always there.
Yeah.
It's a great school. It's a great team.
Mm-hmm.
They did lose to Luther. I mean, they were a great
Yeah.
school.
But
so.
Lutheran deserved to win that one.
Yeah, well,
I'm sorry. They
They're
just
state
did.
champs too. They're state
Yeah.
champs of their own class.
That's right.
So, didn't bother me. That
Did
they
you go to
lost.
Hal?
No.
You did
No,
not.
she
Where'd you
just
go?
lives here.
Somewhere over in Illinois.
She's a
Some-
Granite City.
Granite City.
I didn't know
Granite
if you were
City,
saying
Illinois. Oh yeah. Okay.
Granite City. Yeah.
I used to go over there when Granny's Rocker was over there. In that.
Speaking of our football team, I signed up to sub a couple of weeks ago at the high school because, and I don't normally sub at the high school. I normally sub at the middle school.
Yeah.
But I saw it was a PE job, and I'm like, sweet, I can do that. So I signed up to do it, and then I asked my daughter. I said, hey, do you have Mr. Whoever for PE, because I'm subbing there on Friday? And she's like, Mom,
my class.
No, she goes, that's the head football coach, and that's his weightlifting program. And I'm like, what?
Oh,
They should put that in the notes, like, and tell me, like, you know, before, because I just kept thinking, and I know the football team did not need me to like lead them anything. I was more worried, like I was gonna like trip our star running back or do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I thought I was going in to like teach ping pong. Like that's what I do at middle school.
Beer
It's like,
pong.
ping pong. But no, I had all the football guys in the weight room.
Yeah.
And, so we got a great team.
Yeah, they don't have to be told what.
Kelly Manno, you're awesome. Thanks for spending
Totally.
time
How are
with us
you?
today.
Love her
Of course.
so much.
Thank you.
People love you.
Nice.
You can catch Kelly all over social media at Kelly Manno. And we appreciate you just being honest and real and raw. And that's how we always want people to be. Just be who you are.
All I know how to do.
Tell your husband to do a TikTok about how it's going with him too, because it's very interesting. We see it from your side. I'd like to see it from his side
Well, we
too.
both sat in the video
They
together.
did it together.
I know, but that's.
And he's not like
I'm going to be thinking about that all day.
Jimmy, here's a shout out to you, buddy.
you can ask him what he's thinking, but I can tell you, I mean, it really is like just what it is. It's exactly what we said in the video.
Yeah, don't
Is
ask,
that-
don't tell, like the old Clinton days in the military.
and he's like a super social guy, so he goes out and I'm an extrovert, but I have an introvert light switch where I shut that down.
When the day comes and this is a serious question, I don't mean to end Friday with this. The day comes that you find out he went on a date, will there be a little piece of you going,
He's already been on dates. No,
he has?
It doesn't bother you at all.
no,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
It doesn't bother you at all.
Do you know who they are?
no.
Oh, that's right. No tell.
Yeah, no, he
tell.
just goes out. And honestly, that was also kind of why we had to hurry up and make the video, because he goes out and he's social and things. And I'm like, Jimmy, like if you're out to dinner with some girl, I don't want people to see you and think you're cheating on me. Like I don't want them to think poorly of you.
Does he need a drinking friend?
Probably.
We're going to Napoli.
No, I told him, bring me home a sister wife.
Yeah.
You know.
I love it. I love it.
Kelly, have an awesome weekend.
You too.
I'd like to put you. Will you come back again?
Yes. So I can't come back next Friday because I'm going to be at Crime Con in Orlando.
Oh, how fun.
I
I bet
know.
you're so excited
I'm
about that.
dying.
Well, we were happy to have you twice a month when we did get you.
Yes.
So
I'll be here the next Friday.
Nice.
So
Crime
every
Con.
other
So you'll
Friday.
be doing
I can't
videos.
wait to hear about that.
You're going to be doing videos from Crime Con, right?
Well, I didn't tell them who I was. I just paid to go. Like I'm just a regular, but I follow a lot of like the murder and the big trials, like the Murdoch trial and all that stuff. All of the
We're
lawyers.
going to have another one, apparently.
I know. The lawyer, like Creighton Waters, who literally took down an entire Murdoch dynasty, is going to be there. Like I'm going to get to meet him.
What?
Oh, all of the lawyers, Dick Harpootlian and Jim
Wow,
Griffin,
how fun.
everyone from the
What?
Murdoch trial is going to be there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like I'm just going to fangirl so much over Creighton
Good for
Walters.
you.
I'm
Good
like,
for
oh my
you.
God, I love
Have you
you.
ever seen like a Judge Ito or something like that? One of those?
No, like not in
He
person.
would be big time,
Is
wouldn't he?
Judge Ito even still alive?
I don't know. Good question.
That was
No,
a,
he's not.
that's a hot minute ago.
No, I think he passed away. He
Okay.
did.
Oh,
I saw
Rest
that.
in peace, Ito.
Yeah,
Well, guys, thanks for listening today. What an awesome show that we had. And special thanks to Conservative Ant, who warmed things up for Kelly. It was fantastic today. Projo, you all good?
Great.
Yeah.
He's great. He's great. It's Friday.
Projo, Lizzie, I guess you were right. We did over-deliver today. So you were right. It was a
I knew
great
it.
show.
I knew this
Yeah.
was going to be great. Any day Kelly is on here, we rock. I did not over deliver. It was as great
Eric
as we said it
Johnson,
was.
Lizzie Sparks, Vic Faust, and of course, Kelly Manno. Guys, have an awesome weekend, and we'll see you Monday for CancelTheShow.com.